And yeah, so I mean, eventually, I wasn't even going to watch the game, but I eventually made it out to watch it. And I think my favorite part really had to be when all those cheerleaders dressed like nurses stood up and applauded when Bill Belichick told them good job on getting jobs.
Oh,
You remember that part?
I do remember that part, Ghost Nick. That for some
Yeah.
reason is not right there. Wait, wait, wait. Hang on, hang on, hang on, guys. Hang on,
It's the prettiest part of the show.
hang on. uh, we're gonna take two on that one. I've been running around so fucking furiously all goddamn day. And I'm like, yes, I am all set and ready. Everything is going to be perfect. Everything is great. Everything is fine. All right, so let's try this again. Three, two, one, go. Say again.
So, well, like I was saying, I eventually made it out to watch the big game, and my favorite part had to be when Bill Belichick stood up and congratulated all the cheerleaders dressed up like nurses in the seats there for getting jobs. That was impressive. That was very bigly of him. I
Wait,
didn't know.
what did, wait. That he congratulated all the cheerleaders for getting jobs as nurses.
Yeah, right before he called all the Hispanic players rapists.
Are you talking about Bill Belichick being in a strip club?
Was that the State of the Union?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They need to stop. They need to stop scheduling these things back to back like this because I can only keep track of so many things in between episodes of Mr. Robot. I don't understand.
I think we got way too meta on that one. Although that might have
Yeah.
entirely been just my fault. Holy shit.
Possibly, yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just got a hot toddy delivery. Oh my god, I have the best wife in the world. Holy shit. Oh my god. What's going on, everybody? It's Midweek Saints. How you doing? How you feeling?
I-
It wouldn't be it wouldn't be this show if we didn't have some technical issues. So we got that out of the way early.
Yeah,
Um,
you either get everything running technically sound 3 to 5 minutes late, or you get the show on time with some observable and comical fuck ups
Yes.
on Jeff's part,
on my part,
not me.
I mean, you're late sometimes, but that's not usually that big of a deal. Like,
Well, I mean, listen, I get scared when I'm late too, but so far it hasn't been a problem, and the doctors are still saying that the embryos won't attach.
okay, I got
So,
that reference. I got
yeah.
that one.
See, we're making progress.
I
here.
know
It's good.
we're starting to click again. We're starting to click again. I I've been sick, like deliriously sick for the past few days. During the Super Bowl, the most boring fucking game I've ever watched in my life.
It was, I mean, jokes aside, I think the biggest disappointment, at least for the portion of the game that I saw, in terms of the commercials, which is supposed to be the fun part for people who don't give a fuck about football.
Right.
Why the fuck is T-Mobile ripping off months-old memes? Where it's like a text saying, "I'm here for you, bro. Thanks, I'm going through a lot." "No, I'm here." "What do you mean?" "I'm outside. It's your Lyft driver." Fuck you, T-Mobile.
I thought that was rather clever. I thought that was
It
cute.
was a stolen meme, for fuck's sake.
You're such a Grinch, man. You're such a Grinch. Holy
That's why I
shit.
wear a pocket watch so that I can know when my fucking underage employees are late to coal mine shifts.
So yeah, but like I was saying, I was watching this this abortion of a fucking Super Bowl. It was awful. And
It
about
was really
halfway
boring,
through,
wasn't it?
it was extremely boring. The whole thing was boring
Yeah.
as fuck. The announcers are trying to like cheer people up. They're like, well, if you really like a defensive football game, ain't nobody like a defensive football game. You know what a defensive football game is? Boring. Nobody's scoring and everybody's pissed off. Like, what? Shut up.
Well, not only that, everything about it was boring. I remember it because I managed to get out to see the halftime show, and my first thought, because aside from Adam Levine, is it the Maroon 5 guy?
Yeah, Adam Levine. Yeah.
Yeah, aside from him and the guy from Outkast who's not Andre 3000, big boy there. The whole time I was like, who the fuck are these people? And then I saw the big pan back of the stage, and I'm like, oh, the whole M stage is supposed to stand for mediocre.
Okay, so a lot of people gave the halftime show a lot of shit. I thought it was fine. I don't like Maroon 5. I don't really like anybody who is performing there, but I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay.
M stands for medley.
Well, I mean, like they had the
It was like they were trying to avoid a YouTube copyright claim
like they
by
did
keeping each song under 16 seconds.
right. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Well, I thought that the drones, the colored drones, doing like the giant one love in the sky thing, like while cheesy, was impressive. Like that's kind of cool. True, the Chinese have already kicked our ass in regards to aerial drone skywriting, and we need to step it up a bit. But I thought it was fine. It was fine.
I wonder how confusing seeing like a drone show where drones are spelling out like love or whatever in the sky must be to like an Iraqi refugee, you know?
Oh my god.
That'd be a bit confusing. That'd be sort of like you know, like let's say like late 40s in America, you celebrate Rosh Hashanah by writing Happy Rosh Hashanah on the side of a series of trains.
See, you're giving me an idea. This is how we confuse the enemy. You see,
Racism.
No.
Sorry, please continue.
We have our drones coming into these places where we're gonna bomb, but they have colored lights on them, and they all are information that says one love, and they're like, oh, this time for peace, and everybody comes running out, and they're all happy, and then they just bomb everything.
Or if you want to actually
psychological warfare, man.
That's pretty good, but we could also use it as a safety precaution too.
Because if drone strike humor, shit.
Drone humor, yeah. Well, I was just thinking, like, you know, so let's say they wanted to take out a weapons facility, but wanted to make sure all like free-thinking civilians are out of the area. The drones could actually just spell out "subscribe to Keemstar" as they're flying in, and everyone will know to run immediately.
Oh my god!
I didn't sign up for Fiverr. Fuck.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, long story short, not really. Halfway through the game, I started getting ill, and that night and for the next 2 nights following, I had like the most intense fever dreams. And I realized something. This is actually really important. So I've been trying to get through the show Eureka, because I think it's a really interesting show.
Oh. Actually, well, just a quick side note. The young blonde girl who grows up over the show.
Zoe, yeah.
Yeah, she's actually played by an actress named Jordan Hinson.
Mm-hmm.
I got to party with her in New Orleans, like for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
And in addition to being an absolute smoke show, she drinks and cusses more than both of us combined.
Nice, cool.
Absolutely adore her. Jordan Hinson is the shit.
I will say, though, as much as I really do like Eureka, despite the fact that Felicia Day and Will Wheaton are both in the show and they're kind of annoying, whatever, fine. It's still a great show, but don't fucking watch it when you have fever dreams, because I kept having these, like, time travel dreams, and I would, like, wake up in the middle of the night covering, like, holding my blankets being like, everything is infinity and tomorrow doesn't exist yet. I see time! What the fuck is happening? Oh, God! Well, I went back to sleep.
Well, you know, I mean, you got me watching Dirk Gently, and that was kind of interesting because I just binge watch that shit and fall asleep watching it.
Yeah.
So then, like, the next day I'd wake up and look at my bank balance and be like, oh, I'm so fucked. Wait, no, everything will be just fine. It'll all work itself out. And then I'm like, wait a second, that's what I've been doing for years. Why does this show suddenly make me feel like I'm remembering something that I've already been doing? So.
Fair. All right, we got a lot to catch up on. Everybody's been super, super sweet, superheroes, super wonderful today. First and foremost, Addy Monster, resubscribe 5 months. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Thank you. Miles Swan with the 11 months so far. 11 months with you motherfuckers. Thank you very much, buddy. Addy Monster says, I can't math. So here's $1 for every 1,000 sub you got, Hefe. Oh, thank you. Mistaken Reaper says, I'm glad glad you hit 100K, buddy. Yeah, so if for anybody who doesn't know, I did hit 100,000 subscribers today. Not bad for a dead channel. Not bad.
No comment.
I know. I saw
the Facebook video, and it was like, but the thing is you dragged it out too long, so I was like, I was wondering if that was just you waiting for somebody to go push it over the edge.
Yeah. I sat there for like 2 minutes holding my phone, like recording it, and then I just cropped it down a little bit.
Should have compared it to T-Series.
Oh my God, right?
That'll get people's attention. They won't even know.
I keep trying to drag that whole audience over to here to enjoy the show and to meet the fucking Saints fam, like all you wonderful people out there who watch this show. But everything that I do isn't quite doing it yet.
The Indians?
Yes, the Indians, Nick. I'm trying to drag all of T-Series fans over to be YouTube Saints fans.
They like humor in India.
They do. They have Indian people have wonderful senses of humor. That's exactly what I meant.
And it's comical over time too, because whereas it's been famous that they don't eat cows because they're sacred, they're now actually barcoding them because there are so many they're turning into a public nuisance.
That's right. That's absolutely right. JT Ersley, stop telling everybody to buy my fucking book. I didn't write a book. Just shut up. Just stop it. Just shut up. Larry Kubiak says, congrats on the 100K, Jeff. Much love, my dude. 14 months in a row Larry has been with us. That's fucking wild, dude.
I know. It's like he gave birth and we got him pregnant all over again.
Oh, my God. Addy Monster says, no booze tonight. Congested as fuck, so playing that Dayquil game. We'll see if Addy is still a master sasshole when fucked up on the orange scissorp. Probably not. Your quip experience may vary. Check with your doctor for any complications. Void in Nebraska. No, I think you're fine. I think you're totally fine.
I thought Nebraska was a void.
It is a void. It is. Anime Moon says, 10 months so far for resubscribe. The Beast Awakens for a 10th month. Fuck yes. LolaBohemia, 4 months so far. Woot! I'm so dedicated. You are indeed. Thank you. Jable says, I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I am doing it now because you have hot toddies. Shot time. And he tosses 50. But I'm not doing a shot of, I refuse. I will not take a shot of that lavender vodka. It will make me sick. But I will do a shot of bourbon and chase it with a hot toddy. I will do that.
I'm still waiting. I got a whiskey bottle apparently en route somewhere. So I was hoping to get it today. I'm like, am I actually going to drink liquor on the show tonight? Nope, not tonight. But eventually.
Friday. Yeah. I need to go grab it real quick.
Friday. I like how confident Jeff is knowing how the U.S. Postal Service works, even when I don't have a tracking number. It's great. That's just important.
All right. This shot's for you, Jables. Because I mean, I really do need to be careful with my health because I am really sick and everything. But I'm gonna celebrate a little bit. And you know what? Here's the thing too. I've gone through a lot of ups and downs with the crazy bullshit that I've done online, but nobody has had my back as much as Mems. And then second to that, nobody's had my back as much as this motherfucker, one of my best friends in the fucking world. I love this man, so thank you, you rancid asshole. So cheers to you. Cheers to you for helping keep my brain sane and always having my back. I love you. Stop being gay. All right. Oh.
That just went down the wrong pipe for me. That was bourbon burn for him. But bubbles went one way and the beer went the other.
The bourbon burn on a bunch of fucking congested garbage in my throat. And we still have more real quick. Cats and Ladies says, hooray for 10 months of booze! Twerking and loads more shenanigans. Cheers to you guys. I promise I will twerk at some point during this episode. 10 months so far with Cats and Heidi Monster says, speaking of the superb owl, I don't watch the hand egg, but the tight pants are fetching. Anyway, Fiat, who owns Jeep, destroyed a rare vintage Jeep Gladiator to promote their shit-tier new JL pickup. That backfired. Don't buy a new Jeep. Fiat sucks.
What was that new Kia, by the way, they came out with?
Oh, God, Telluride.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking HJ or something.
It does. It looks fucking terrible.
It's like they're like, for all those times you've driven your Kia into a raging river.
Yeah.
We finally found a way for you to pretend it's okay.
Yeah. Oh,
I haven't seen anything that try hard since, like, what was it, the Saturn Vue?
Right. Well, and the thing, it's funny. I used to own a Saturn Vue. I did. It was really bad. It was fucking. Yeah. A piece of shit car. It was a golf cart.
It was a golf cart with a carbon fiber shell around it.
No, the Vue was a little bit bigger than. It wasn't like a mini. It had a little bit of beef to it.
I'm not unfamiliar. I trashed the living shit out of one of those after getting it from a rental agency in Fort Lauderdale back in 2011.
Oh, nice.
I'm so yeah. What is a curb? What's curb height mean?
Now
Who cares?
the thing about that Super Bowl commercial though, with the Kia Telluride was, it was this little kid being like, "We will not be remembered because our town is a piece of shit and awful, and everything is awful about our town, and we are awful people, and nobody cares about us because nobody wants to deal with us oaky backwater pieces of shit. But by the way, we build Kias. Buy Kias, you could drive into a river."
It's like, yeah, it's like when all that mountain snowpack begins melting and coming down into your backyard, you could pretend that you're a sea captain in your brand new Kia for only the cost of fucking $62 a month.
Let's see. Cynic resubscribed 10 months, has Blueberry Muffin. Good for you, buddy. The Priss resubscribed 6 months in a row. Hey, time flies and you're watching Drunks. Too true. Brainwash gifted subs both to One Canuck and also to Bar2. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate you. And it's Rice who resubscribed 7 months so far. This is not a $50 donation, but drink and have a good time. All right, I will do that, and let's get on with all this. What have you been doing this week?
Mahalo. This week, mostly Quinn time.
Yeah.
It's been actually good.
How is the Empress?
She's doing all right. She's still sorting her shit out and trying to figure out her place in the universe. But she did actually get to have a really sweet and wholesome experience. She had her first proper slumber party over the weekend.
Awesome.
Only sent me one text, and it was just a picture of her with her friends. I'm like, "What'd you guys do?" And she's like, "Oh, we watched movies and then we played Bloody Mary." I'm like, "You kids still fucking do that?"
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Yeah, I'm the only one who knew how it worked." So
Nice.
the rest got freaked out, and she's like, "Oh wow, that's really cool." So that was good stuff. Otherwise, yeah, it's been
See, I imagine like, okay, that sounds good and wholesome. My first slumber party I ever went to, I went over to this friend's house. We're all sitting around, and we decided we're gonna watch some movies. I don't remember what the first movie was, but I remember what the second movie was. Second movie was Abyss. And we're pretty young. We're like 10, maybe 11 or something like
22,
that.
23.
Nah. And there was this kid there named Damien, and I remember Damien because he looked kind of like Dobby the house elf, and when he'd get excited, he would make this sound like a seagull, and I don't know why, but he just would. He just like, I don't know. He would just do that. He would just do that.
I found it super reassuring though, because like I asked, "What movies did you watch?" Right, and then like these days, the kids, they're all like up on the internet. Like half of these kids know more about these dog shit like vlogger types than any of us could. And I'm like, "What movies did you watch, Quinn?" In that exact tone.
Yeah.
And no, she tells me Hotel Transylvania 2 or 3 or something, and then they watched Wonder. I'm like, wait, so you watched an innocent, dopey kids movie and the only acceptable thing Adam Sandler's done in the last decade,
right?
And a super wholesome movie about not judging people based on how they look. You kids are gonna be all right. Well, shit, good for you. More of these, more sleepovers. So
see, that's what I'm saying, because I go over there. We watch one movie. We start watching The Abyss. Everybody passes out, I think. But I can't. I've always had insomnia, even as a little kid. So I'm watching Abyss. First time ever watching it, and I'm loving it. But it gets to near the end, and the girl, she drowns, right? And so Ed Harris has to like pop open her shirt, and her titties flop out, and he starts doing CPR. And I'm like, oh no, I hope she's okay. That's my first reaction. I'm like, oh hey, boobs, but I really hope she's okay. But that apparently was not the first reaction of my friend Damien, because he was actually apparently still awake, because I start seeing some motion, and I look over. That fucking kid is jacking off to that dead chick trying to get resuscitated.
Wow. Walked into this trying to talk about a wholesome slumber party, and then we come selling back to a blanket party.
All I'm saying is just be happy that you have a daughter, because boys are fucking disgusting.
Well, that's a funny thing. I mean, so actually, a couple friends of mine, a couple, they're expecting their first. And actually, they're the ones who got me hooked on the notion of a schoolie recently. So they realize they're about to have a boy. And last time they were over, like, I was talking with dude, and he's all like psyched and excited, but scared too. I'm like, listen, you got it in reverse, dude. You got to be scared of the early times, because your son is going to throw stuff, break stuff, all the boy stuff. Like, girls typically don't do it as quite as much. Boys are a little more rambunctious naturally. But the bright side is that because you have a son, at a certain point, his problems are just his problems. Whereas if you had a daughter, they will always be your problems.
True. That's very true.
Always. It's like,
That's
what?
very
You're
true.
you're 30 and somebody hurt your feelings? Give me their address. And tell me if you do you have a shovel or do I need to buy one?
Caffeine Tweaker says, count your blessings. At least that kid wasn't making the seagull noises while he was jacking off. I think that would have actually given me, like, actual mental scarring. I would probably still be in a mental ward from that.
I'll just hack it. Just do a little. Just lift some content from PewDiePie, though. At least he wasn't going Scooby Dooby Doo.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
All right, let's get to news because we never do that.
All right. Yeah, it's fine.
Also, we have Furbarian in the chat. Does that mean that that our good buddy Beardy has found a new facet to his personality that we were previously unaware of?
No, that's totally somebody different.
And can dream. It's like, what's your persona, Beardy? Like, have you seen the Whisperers from Walking Dead? You know, they just pull other people's flesh on them. Yeah, it's pretty much my persona. Dead human being.
Whispers from The Walking Dead?
Oh yeah, no, it's the new villain. They're a bunch of they're a clan of people who actually dress up in zombie flesh.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of clever. Well, I just imagine the real Beardbarian would, if he had a persona, it would probably be dead human beings.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fair.
Show up to FurCon wearing the skin of a dead hobo and being like, "It's kind of an animal as far as most of you are concerned."
That does kind of sound like something you would do, actually. Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, so first and foremost, Canadian woman writes own obituary, says she has smoking hot body she always wanted after being cremated. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah. No, I just got it. I read it earlier and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And then I just read it and I'm like, okay, I get it now.
We need to actually subcontract her for off issue ticker lines. I'm starting to think.
A Canadian woman had a humorous final say on her life after writing her own obituary. Sybil Marie Hicks of Baysville, Ontario, wrote that she passed away on February 2nd, 2019, left behind her loving husband, Ron Hicks. Okay, all right, I'm gonna just read. Oh, who she often affectionately referred to as a horse's A. I'm gonna read this obituary.
Please do.
It hurts me to admit it, but I, Mrs. Ron Hicks from Baysville, have passed away. I passed peacefully with my eldest daughter Brenda by my side. I leave behind my loving husband Ron Hicks, whom I have often affectionately referred to as a horse's ass. I also left behind my children, whom I've tolerated over the years. Bob with Carol, my oldest son, and also my favorite. Brian with Jeanette, who was the Oreo cookie favorite. I hope that's not a race thing. Brenda, a.k.a. Hazel, who would run to clean the bathrooms even when her company was coming. Barbara with Gordon, the ever Miss Perfect and finally baby Bruce, who wouldn't eat homemade turkey soup because he wouldn't be alerted looking for the bones while he ate. Oh, God. Wow. Okay. Hicks also wrote that she also left behind my children whom I tolerated over the years, including her oldest son Bob, who was her favorite. She wrote that she would be missing seeing her grandchildren grow up to be incredible people they are meant to be. Included other details about her life, like her graduation from Hamilton General Hospital School Nursing in 1957, and that she was a member of the Lions Club in Baysville. I finally have the smoking hot body I've always wanted, having been cremated, she wrote. Hicks called on others to celebrate her life. For those of you who are wondering who assisted me in writing this, it wasn't my husband, it wasn't my oldest, nor was it my youngest. Thank you all for sharing my life with me. I'm off to swim to the buoy and back. Hicks' obituary appeared in the Hamilton Inspector on February 5th. She has since become a posthumous social media celebrity. Sybil Marie Hicks passed away this week at the ripe old age of 82, and man did she go out swinging, a social media user tweeted. I love this fucking picture of her, dude. That's fucking great.
Now, what I didn't pick up in reading the article, though, or at least I'm forgetting it now because I don't pay attention to things, is she actually 82? Did she write this at 82, or did she just presume that's when she'd like to kick off, and she's actually like 60 something.
I think she left at 82. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, she's still alive. That's the point.
Mm.
I think, isn't she?
Wait, what?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure this is about her penning her own obituary in advance, unless she actually died, and then they just.
No, had a humorous final say in her life after writing her own obituary.
Oh, well, shit.
No, I think she passed. Yeah, I think she passed away.
Well, Pinky's up for Sybil and her. I mean, like even without knowing her, this was like she's now one of my comic inspirations, which will be reflected in my equally weak sauce promos in the weeks to come. But Pinky's up for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean this is some legendary shit right here. This is fucking great, man. That's
seriously
great.
though, have you never?
Pinky's up for fucking Sybil. Say that again.
Have you never written your own obituary?
A long time ago I did when I was in college. Yeah,
I did the same. Yeah, it was a college project.
Yeah,
in journalism class,
no.
because our journalism instructor was a lazy shitbag, which explains a lot down the line. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about yours?
I think I wrote something really. I was pretty young. This is the first time I went to college, which was like 17. Mm-hmm. Not the time I actually paid attention to it. I probably wrote something about like I died in an orgy or something dumb like that.
I do remember mine. The two bits I remember was one that I froze to death after building a makeshift heating pipe to shunt the heat from my apartment over to the brothel next door where I'd get soup every day, and that I was survived by a small pack of hamsters who just kind of hung around and lived in my apartment, but no one was really sure if I owned them or not. But all the same, they had a grand old time feasting on portions of my corpse. So, it was a good time. It was a good time. College was. Hey, look, I just subscribed.
Hey, good for you. All right.
It's good to subscribe to your own show.
It's good to be subscribed to. Anime Moon says my first. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Anime Moon says, my first summer party, I didn't really sleep, and I drew dicks on all their faces and covered their hands in Pantene Pro V because it looked like jizz. Good times. I was 14 when my buddy AJ's stepdad bought us fucking porn to watch. Wow. Okay. Boys are gross. I'm going to put this out there. Boys are gross. When I was 14 and into 15, some friends of mine introduced me into the world of Ron Jeremy. Thankfully, none of these kids, this group of people, were so weird as to, like, jerk off around each other. Like, that didn't happen. But instead, they were acquiring a very, like, vast library of Ron Jeremy films because he had the best lines ever in a porno. And so we would have sleepovers where we would laugh and watch porno, but it wasn't like a fucking, like a nobody was getting off into this. It
was like you were watching like MST3K, yeah.
Yeah, this is like bad late 80s porn, you know, like really gross shit. But I still remember to this day, there was a porno that I watched at my friend's house during a sleepover called Cum Bangers 2. And Ron Jeremy and two other guys are banging this lot lizard trailer trash lady, right? And the monologuing that Ron Jeremy does for this whole thing is amazing. He narrates everything. And it's always like really inappropriate. And a lot of it I've forgotten at this point, but I remember the end scene. All three of them are standing around a big circle and they're, you know, doing their whole thing. First dude starts to go, camera pans up to Ron Jeremy's face. He's like, yeah, nice cum shot, man. Here comes mine. And then you get the shot of that whole thing happening. And then it goes right back to Ron Jeremy's face. He's like, all right, new kid, your turn, buddy. And just that deadpan delivery that they had during this was the funniest fucking thing I'd ever seen in my life. Especially at 15. I couldn't stop laughing.
Well, that was back in the day when, like, you know, they understood porn wasn't supposed to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
But also when they thought that you wanted a whole bunch of cutscenes in between to make it seem like a real film, whereas these days it's like, hey, it's nothing but super cuts. How about that? Hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Hey. No, well, I think it's a classic sort of rite of passage though, when like you and your buddies watch porn, not because it's like, oh, you see the boobies and stuff, but just because like you are all making horrible fun of it, not even knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it is kind of a coming of an age one. I still
Rest in peace, scrambled porn, because the fact that generations are growing up without that. I mean, this is why, like in that, what is it, that Russell Howard special, he's makes that whole joke about, do you know, like in this age of social media, 1 in 3 kids record them losing their virginity.
Really?
How much? Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if it's an actual fact, but I mean, he put it in his stand-up bit. But he even said, he's like, how much? I mean, how confident can you be? Think about that. The first time you're like, all right, light here, light's good, camera 1, camera 2. All right, let's do this. Oh, it came.
Right,
It's just
right.
like, yeah, it's just like a little quick 30-second gif or something. It's like, what? Goddamn, what the fuck? And there's something. There's something to be said. There's something to be said. I'm not gonna say it because I've got class, as you can tell by my waistcoat. But there's something to be said. I'll leave it to the chat.
I will say, if anybody out there ever wants to make my decade, somewhere out there a long time ago, and we're talking like, it has to have been older than 96. There's a Ron Jeremy movie where he fucks a mannequin. If you can find that for me, I will fucking love you forever. I will love you forever. I will send you something awesome. I will find something and I will mail it to you. You just find me that fucking porno.
This guy.
It's so funny.
100,000 subscribers right now.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah. No, I think the worst, because I mean, I've told stories before about that Russian friend of mine I grew up with. A guy who stole a car, cracked his stepfather in the head with a baseball bat, got booted out of YDC and sent to state prison at 16 because he annoyed the staff too much. All actually happened. Same kid. Like, we skip, it was high school, we skip out early, we go over, we're watching some random ass, like, fucking Tupac videos or some weird shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And he pops in a fucking tape of the weirdest porno he'd ever seen. I can't even remember what it was because I was just too disturbed by the fact that, like, while I'm sitting in this chair, he, like, hops in his bed behind, throws his cover on, starts beating off. I'm like, why are you doing this? What the fuck? He's like, dude, don't pay attention to me. I can't finish if you do. And I'm like, what is this? Well, he drops it into a jar, right? A fucking mason jar that he just had in his, like, under his bedside table. And I'm thinking, that's fucking weird and creepy. But it gets worse. Because at the time he worked at Dunkin' Donuts, the central downtown Dunkin' Donuts, the one that all the police would stop in at the beginning and end of their shifts for. You can see where it goes from here.
Okay.
Yeah, on the regular. Apparently, throughout, like, the late 90s, if you were a police officer and you enjoyed coffee, you enjoyed something else as well. Pretty horrible. Pretty horrible.
All right.
Hey, look, we lost 3 viewers. Anyway.
Nice. Crab90 says, Nick, enjoy your daughter's wholesomeness now. I hear teenage daughters are way more difficult than teenage sons. Maybe. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, her whole thing is she's an artist, which means that, like, it's gonna be more like really weird, esoteric, fucking, like, existential nightmares and dread. Like, kid, you're supposed to wait until you're in your 20s before you start thinking of how meaningless life is. Come on.
Yeah.
As a teenager, you're just supposed to feel like this. It's all pointless. Come on.
Lord Magma says, that would make one hell of a hat. Cap, 4 months in a row so far. Thank you so much for the sub. Tell me in the chat what you meant by the hat, because that was like 10 minutes ago. Sorry about that, buddy. Adimonster says, is this me in the future? Holy fucking shit, I need to shit post my own eulogy. Dude, seriously, what was her name? Sybil? Sybil is Addie in the future.
Everyone needs to write their own obituary, I feel.
Brown Shoes are brainwashed, resubscribe, 5 months. I'm glad I just discovered one day I could become a hottie too. Thanks for enlightening me, guys. You're welcome very much. Crab90 gifted you a sub. There you go. Anime Moon says, what about Super Hornio Brothers? I owned Super Hornio Brothers. I had a copy of it. I bought it on my 18th birthday, actually. My 18th birthday, I went into a porn store, and me and my friends all crowded into a arcade booth, but nobody wanted to sit down because it was disgusting. So we like stood in there for like 30 seconds. We're like, yeah, this is fucking gross. Then I went to the bargain bin. I picked up Super Hornio Brothers, Edward Penis Hands, and Dickheads, which is cone heads but with penises.
Of course.
Yeah, and it was wonderful. Just wonderful. Anyway, enough porn talk. Let's get to the news.
I'm also still not understanding why. Yeah, whatever. I'll deal with the feedback. Yeah, what do we got next? Which one?
Hawaii.
All right, Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii is considering raising the legal smoking age to 100 years old. Because that'll work. It would effectively amount to a smoking ban on the U.S. island by 2024. Can you imagine the black market? We're actually going to have black market cigarettes again. It's going to be great. Yeah.
I'm getting really annoyed with Hawaii, man.
Well, the proposed law would effectively amount to a cigarette ban on the island by the year 2024. Hawaii has already had some of the toughest laws on cigarette sales, but Democrat politician Richard Cregan, he sounds like a native, who is a doctor, believes more needs to be done to ban, quote, the deadliest artifact, spelled incorrectly, I believe, in human history. He told Hawaii Tribune Herald newspaper, basically, we essentially have a group who are heavily addicted, yes, in my view, enslaved by a ridiculously bad industry, which has enslaved them by designing a cigarette that is highly addictive and knowing it is highly lethal. And it is. Did I mention it was addictive, by the way, guys? It's addictive. Did you know smoking is addictive? You didn't? Oh, my goodness. Well, let me inform you. If you begin smoking, you become addicted. Under current law, the people in Hawaii must be 21 to buy cigarettes. So you already can't, so you have to be 21. Can you imagine being 19 or 20 years old and getting one of those like citations from the police in Hawaii for smoking? Even though like that would never happen because they're way too busy with all of the ice freaks. Mr. Cregan is proposing raising the cigarette age to 30 by next year, 40 in 2021, 50 in 2022, and 60 in 2023. Can you imagine being an aspiring smoker? Like your dream, your whole life. Like you lived your whole life as a child, and you're like, I can't wait to grow up and smoke cigarettes like a real grown up. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be 30 in 2022. Fuck. Now I'm never going to get there. Shit. By 2024, the minimum age would be 100. The politician, who is a former smoker, said the bill is structured to withstand any legal challenge. Yes, because if there's one thing you want to do is to get your legal advice from doctors. That's a bit like asking a lawyer for how to treat your cancer. The state is cancer? Oh, you can't do that in front of me. I had a cigarette in like 3 days. The state is obliged to protect the public's health. We don't allow people free access to opioids. Also, you're not 40 yet, Jeff. Free access to opioids, for instance, or any prescription drugs, which honestly, the libertarian in me, that's right, yes, still, wait, no, technically not a libertarian since they don't exist here in New Hampshire. The libertarians are extinct in the Granite State. But I kind of think, you know what, yeah, if you're going to make the public able, you know, if you could buy like cigarettes, which you get addicted to and they kill you and they make everyone around you really upset, might as well do it with opiates too. I don't understand this whole thing about fentanyl being a fucking problem when the thing is, it's like, you know, we got like, you know, it's a free society. You got to let the market decide. And, you know, the market meets Darwin. See? That's how you cleanse society. Of its dead weight, because we all know poor people smoke more than anybody else. This guy's a doctor, and that's why he stopped smoking. He was making too much money. No, the same.
Fucking Caffeine Tweaker says, we know you're old, Jeff. You don't need to rub it in that you're legal cigarette age in Hawaii. Thanks. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
This is more lethal, more dangerous than any prescription drug is, and it is more addictive. I agree, and I want to stand shoulder to shoulder next to Dr. Representative what's his name from the Big Island of Hawaii, so that I can fight for kids' rights to pop OCs at the bus stop every day, all day long. Cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable disease and death in the U.S., accounting for nearly 500,000 deaths every year, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. But how many of those people wrote their own obituaries?
None.
You're not planning for the future. You gotta start planning. It's atrocious.
These fucking people.
These fucking people, these fucking Hawaiians. I mean, why can't they just respect native-born Americans' rights to pollute their own bodies?
I do have concerns actually about Hawaii. Oh, it's so political though. I don't know if I want to get into it.
Are you going to bring up the fact that Barack Obama wasn't really born there?
No, that Tulsi Gabbard was in a cult.
Oh, well, yeah, she's a Democrat, right?
No, that's different.
but
That's not. Oh, yeah. Well done. No. But she was in a fucking cult. She was in a legitimate cult. She was actually in a fucking cult under a man named Jim Baker, who was this Hawaii bro fucker who like took over a Hare Krishna sect and made a fucking commune compound, very reminiscent of like fucking Waco and shit. She was involved in that.
Is that like that one where the Smallville actress, she was part of the cult too?
No. That was a different one. That's a different one.
So you're saying Tulsi Gabbard has only voluntary fashion brands, not... Like she doesn't belong to anyone.
There's no Adidas sweatsuits in her cult, as far as I'm aware.
Just got George Soros' initials branded on her ass cheek.
I really want to like Tulsi Gabbard, but she's in a cult. I don't know. I feel weird. Hey, leave my cigarettes alone. God damn it.
If you want to like somebody and it's difficult, it's just sort of like, people subscribe to my channel. Like, just give it up and don't. You don't have to. No one's forcing you.
Jesus Christ. It's the most passive-aggressive thing you've ever said. But no, I mean, like, I get it. Like, cigarettes are terrible and they're bad for you and you shouldn't smoke. And I shouldn't smoke. And I'm working on it. But, like, I don't know. Prohibition has never gone well.
No.
Never.
Well, it's like, you know what I've noticed? I've noticed over time, because smoking is on the decline, right? It's been on the decline for a while. It's continuing to be on the decline. On the one hand, everybody has always known that it kills you, and it just makes... I mean, there's nothing good that cigarettes offer you, really. I mean,
right.
Unless you're a writer and you need that little... because that nicotine is a stimulant. It's a synaptic stimulant. And that's why, like, writers, painters, and stuff, that's why you chain smoke when you're making your shit. Is because it's just another stimulant you can ingest.
Right.
But other than that,
right.
What is it that's really made smoking unattractive? It's not the you can't play ball shit, and it wasn't the did you know that it makes your insides look like a tar pit shit? No, it's the repetitious offering of the message that it makes you stink like shit. You can't breathe well.
Yep.
And no one's gonna want to fuck you with yellow teeth smelling like a fucking ashtray.
And,
that's what we need.
And food doesn't taste as good.
Yeah, that's how we really. I think we could really get
that's
the
how you
youth.
sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. We say, hey, guess what, kids? If you start smoking, no one worth a shit's gonna want to fuck you, and if they do, you're gonna need to get tested every time.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. See?
I will. Well, okay. I will say that like I'm very determined to kick the habit for sure. I'm pissed because now they're attacking like e-cigarettes and stuff too, which is really dumb. And also for some of you out there who are commenting, I'm not saying I'm not gonna vote for Tulsi Gabbard. I probably actually will anyway. But that's my one big concern. But then again, I used to believe in fucking anti-GMO, like crystal healing, all sorts of crazy shit. So I used to be in a cult too. So I guess I can't really throw shade at Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, see? No, doesn't work.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really work. So,
but it shouldn't stop you either. This is the internet.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I ain't going to vote for her only because I'm not going to vote until somebody pays me.
That's fair. All right, catching up again. Oh yeah, one Canuck says Ron Jeremy is a legend. Met him once and he was super fucking cool. Most people I know who have met him say that he was a really cool guy. Jable says I was looking through a yearbook today. One of my classmates willed his skin color to a black kid. What? Jables, you're gonna have to explain that. Type it in the chat, and I'll read it out.
Wait a second, hang on. Was your former classmate? Is he now the governor of a given state out here east, maybe Virginia?
Addy Monster says, "Writing you two some baller obits by the end of the show. Catch me on that dead boy shit. Fuck yeah, dude. I look forward to that. That sounds amazing." And I know I'm gonna be sending you a link here pretty soon. I'll send it through Twitter. By the way, I'm still not coming back to Twitter.
I wouldn't. I've been asking serious and like politically weighty questions and then never responding, specifically just so I can see how many people get spun up at each other. It's pretty funny. Started with abortion, not sure where I'm going next.
There you go. There's a new one. It's in there now. But the reason why I'm reading that one is because Larry Kubiak with the 50 bones. Time to switch it up a bit. Here's some classic Japanese hip hop that is not nujabes. Nujabes? Also, smoking is awesome. Don't know what the fuck Hawaii is on about. Excellent.
Well, listen, let's keep in mind last year they had a really big smoking problem nationwide, especially their streets, as they'd split open and spew smoke, ash, and lava up from the bottom. So maybe it's a public health thing in ways we don't quite understand.
Indeed. Did you get that open?
Yeah. I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, not bad. I'm the samurai. Wait, before we really get into this, though, I have to say I like the black and white samurai aesthetic. Is it Sword of Doom? Is the one that I'm in love with? Hang on a second. Let me make sure I know right which one it is. Yeah, no, yes, The Sword of Doom, one of the best fucking movies ever made. And it's a samurai epic not actually written by Akira Kurosawa. It's by Kihachi Okamoto. Fucking amazing movie. If you like old Japanese movies like I do, especially samurai epics, The Sword of Doom is fucking dope. Anyway, this just reminded me of that aesthetic. It's Toshiro Mifune! And I can totally hear it through your headphones or something.
Huh?
Yeah, there we go. That's probably why.
Let's find out.
I think that's Toshiro Mifune, if I'm not mistaken. I can totally hear it through your headset or something.
Oh, well, it's gonna be my open headphones then.
Open headphones? Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, well, I just had to.
That's not Mifune?
What I mean, I was gonna say though, I mean, like the fusion of, especially like like Japanese entertainment, the samurai aesthetic, all that. The fusion of that and hip hop is one of those things where it's like it works impressively well. I mean, fucking like the opening theme song to Samurai Champloo is probably one of my favorite sort of go-to. I just want something to bump to tracks.
Sure. Yeah. It's good music.
It's also, I mean, well, the whole thing is like the like a good let's say like a good samurai fight sequence is intense and rhythmic, and if you put that shit to a hip hop soundtrack, you win.
True. Are you sure that? And I swear to God, it's still coming through with something.
Oh,
Here.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying.
Are you sure that's not Mifune? It looks a bit like Mifune. That looks so much like fucking Mifune.
Oh, that's so weird though.
I want to find out which film this is from.
No, I'm just curious.
This looks like a 60s era Mifune movie.
I just need to double check and make sure nobody else is getting the sound through, because all I did is went and reset my fucking my Tascam so that I wasn't getting clicking.
Oh, we're good. Say Mifune was thicker. Mifune was like fucking Christian Bale, dude.
He could modify his body as needed for a role. He did it all the fucking time.
Shrink down, blow up.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did. And not only that, but like you have to remember in Asian cultures, especially in China and in Japan, they had a tendency to try and mimic and copy things as much as possible. Like, how many Bruce Lees were there? Once Bruce Lee was dead, there was like 12, 13, 14 different like Bruce Lees, like spelled in different ways and shit like that, and they tried to make him look. None of them looked anything like him. Because Bruce Lee was actually really distinctive.
Well, I mean, it's a funny thing. Like, it takes different forms in different countries. But if you look at Japan versus, do you look at Japan versus China, right? Versus China, they both China. Well, they both have this tendency of like gradually, sometimes immediately, oftentimes forcefully adopting whatever foreign like elements of foreign cultures that they feel will fit and benefit them. And then telling everyone to go fuck themselves in respect otherwise. I mean, there's a long history of it. I mean, shit, like when the samurai went extinct, they were really just upset because their order was going away, the power and the structure of it. But everyone was like, I have a good tweed suit now and a Gatling gun.
Gatling gun.
Yeah. So,
oh, shit. This is taken from the film Harikiri. I'm going to look that up in just a second.
Watch, you're going to find out. Like, you were dead wrong.
By Masaki Kobayashi. I'm gonna find out.
Oh.
What's up?
Well, I'm surprised. It's the kind of thing I'd almost expect to hear from like a Richard Spencer or something. But when it comes to like after Bruce Lee died, who was left to fill his mantle? None other than Chuck Norris.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
very true.
See, no, but yeah, maybe that's what was really going on. Maybe the Japanese weren't trying to, or the Chinese weren't trying to clone Bruce Lee as much as they were just hoping to get themselves an Asian Chuck Norris.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Although in fairness, I think he's up because Bruce Lee was the single greatest fighter in the history of martial arts.
Who was?
Bruce Lee.
He's up
Go
there.
ahead and fight his ghost. Then you go ahead and fight his ghost.
No, I think he'd be up there as far as like if you want to say like that had a connection to movies. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Well, also he spent like his life as a famous person. Like he had people who used to just hop over his home's walls. Like they'd hop into his backyard just so they could challenge him to a fight some random ass Sunday or something like that. It was a constant fucking thing he had to deal with. So he kept having to get higher and higher walls and better security because he's like, I'm tired of fighting and kicking the shit out of all these people.
So what's interesting about this? So I'm looking this up. So Harikiri did not in fact have Toshiro Mifune. However, one of its main actors was Tatsuya Nakadai. And Tatsuya Nakadai was actually the main character in Sword of Doom, which I referenced before. Fucking nailed it.
6 degrees of a Kevin the Bacchanal.
I am such a fucking nerd when it comes to old samurai flicks, dude. Fuck yeah. And I love the connection of like Japanese samurai rap and hip hop. It's so fucking perfect, dude. Perfect.
Well, it's like jazz and metal, you know? What do you think about
What do you mean like jazz and metal?
Well, just in terms of like, how the Japanese have taken to it and how they really take to it. And when you catch an act coming out of Japan that's adopted the style, you find it's like really impressive. It's because, again, like DJing is an extremely technical art. If you're actually going to mix records and make beats, yeah, you can jump on, any dickhead can jump onto Fruity Loops and drop one of those basic bitch like 2001 era ringtone beats, and then get your boy to be like, I get it. No, Yeah, or then you can like actually go and like check out a Japanese like beat maker, and you're like, "Why the fuck did you get this so perfect?" Oh, you're Japanese. My mistake.
I'm gonna have to watch this film too because one review of this movie praised Tatsuya Nakadai's performance as a brilliant Mifune-like performance. Like you can see, that looks like fucking Toshiro Mifune right there. But that's actually Nakadai. That's crazy, dude. That's fucking nuts.
Now you're gonna have to go look up his filmography.
Oh no, I know a bunch of his already, but like I've never actually watched Harikiri. It's been on my list for a long time, but I've never actually watched it.
Yeah, see, Jeff definitely gets peevish.
Meh. I know, I'm sorry, like, everybody likes anime and everything, but, like, this is my weebery. This is the stuff that I love. I adore samurai epics, especially if you mix in fucking hip-hop. You mix in that hip-hop element, that fucking... those beats. Oh my god. It's incredible.
And that's a funny thing, too, because if you compare the old Japanese, like, samurai epics, right, to Chinese like kung fu films.
Yeah.
Because I mean the Chinese kung fu films are often they're usually really entertaining in terms of like the choreography, the fight sequences, the goofiness, all that.
Sure.
But I mean, do you remember Jet Li's movie Hero?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right, but one of the funniest things I couldn't help but notice, and I'm honestly kind of surprised that like the UKIP sort of free speech scene hasn't picked up on it, is that movie is just so like dripping with communism. Just because what he spends think about it, he spends the entire time trying to kill the emperor, trying to kill the king, trying to bring down the state. And then at the end, he sees the error of his ways in a sense, and then he's like, yes, I will take this epic death of 1,000,000 arrows. And if you look at earlier Jet Li films from the Chinese era, I remember there was one where, like, he's playing some, it's like a healer or a sheriff or something, and he gets framed for a crime while he's trying to take out the corrupt bad guys. And the bad guys are, of course, funded by, like, American mustache twirlers. And, They lock him up and he's in jail, and like his supporters come to free him, and there's a whole scene where he's like, "No, I will not disrespect the laws of my country." He's like, "Motherfucker, you're innocent. You can get out, go clear it." "No, the state will see to it." Like, damn, son.
Damn. Oh shit. Fuck. Hang on. Speaking of Jet Li, so we're the song's over. Speaking of Jet Li, though, there's a movie called Legend of the Red Dragon, also known as a New Age of Shaolin, I think is what it's called. The New Legend of Shaolin. It's like 1994. And this thing is fucking hilarious. So I wanted to share this a little bit real quick. Yes. This is like Avatar meets The Matrix meets no.
I was really happy when Linda Hamilton co-produced the next 4 sequels. Yeah, sick.
I mean, it's got everything. It's got annoying child actors. It's got stupid weapons. It's amazing. Yeah, it's badass. There's an actual tank, kind of.
Does he fist fight the tank?
Sort of. Yeah, he sort of fist fights the tank.
The turret swings like it's gonna hit him with the barrel, and he's just like, whoosh.
Oh, it doesn't have a turret. No, it looks like it's made out of tinfoil. It's pretty amazing. Lots of randomly putting children's lives in danger. It's pretty amazing.
They got plenty of them. Fine.
Dude, that's a trope in Chinese kung fu movies, is putting kids in danger. Oh my god.
That's
fucking
just
amazing.
one thing. I mean, you know what it is? It's the parents of those child actors. It's kind of like a Macaulay Culkin thing where the parents are just waiting to cash in, except in this case, they don't like the kid they have, and they want to get around the one-child policy. So like, he'll either be a movie star or we'll have a new kid. It'll be great.
No, yeah, no, I feel it. Say it.
I really want to see a Chinese remake of Sword in the Stone, where where the supposed king ends up getting arrested for taking public property.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The stone just belongs to the state, so it's like, what sword?
Larry says Tai Chi Master is an old favorite of mine with Jet Li. That one's really good too. That one's amazing. This one is so absolutely idiotic. It's like the B movie version of
brings the
Tai Chi
legend to
Master.
life. In the epic story of a man who challenged the limits of courage.
Challenge the limits of courage.
This, of course, if you're not familiar with his filmography, is the film which came out shortly before he battled. What's his fucking name? I just had it. God damn it! From Fast and the Furious, Jason Statham.
Oh yeah.
In what was effectively a prequel to Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
And fought for the heart of a nation.
Nationalism! These fucking Asian Nazis. Yeah, you should go watch it. It's a really good movie.
Please tell me the bad guys in that movie are American Railroad Barons, though, because they loved that trope for a long time.
That would be fucking amazing, though, if it was, wasn't it? All
I'm
right.
gonna have to find the name of it. No, I'm serious though. It was a Jet Li film, and yeah, he's and literally the bad guys, like, there's a corrupt local administration who's working on behalf of curled mustache American businessmen.
There's a few of those. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love the fact that I'm dressed like a bad guy from an early Jet Li movie right now, actually. It's pretty good.
Or a modern Jet Li movie, too. Anime Mode says, speaking of crazy shit, I wonder if whoever gets Alex Jones' debit card info off him will figure out that his PIN is 1776. Now, excuse me as I bail out of my bedroom for the flash flood we're getting in the Smoky Mountains. Twitters are for shit posts. Mistaken Reaper with the biddies. Cheer, I want to have to tap out on you. I have to get up early, get to the doctor, and have to leave at 5:30 in the morning because it's like over 2 hours away. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry, buddy. Undead Christ.
Obamacare.
Fuck you, Obamacare. The Undead Christ resubscribed 4 months so far. Thank you very much. And Metal Dooley says, turned 41 today, spending my birthday with a bottle of good Irish whiskey, and the Saints' life is good. Hey, pinkies up for Metal Dooley right now. Mazel tov to you.
Making good life choices. I approve of this.
Terrific. Unbelievable. You don't even know. You're
I love
a
how
principal man.
I love how my default not quite Trump impression is slowly merging into a mix of Trump and Bernie.
Is it?
It's very, very upsetting. It's very upsetting, folks. It's very unfair in the media to us, to me.
Do you want to do the Mumbai man story?
That was let's just give them, we'll just show them what it is, and then we'll let their imaginations run wild, and we can move on to the ones you found.
Okay, all right. This is pretty good.
Yeah, for the fans, for any Dr. Randomer Camp fans out there, because he is also an antinatalist, our boy here from Mumbai has decided to sue his parents for giving birth to him. Raphael Samuels, an antinatalist who believes it's morally wrong to procreate. 27-year-old from Mumbai is planning to sue his parents for giving birth to him without his consent. Raphael Samuel has made news around the world after reports emerged that he is taking his parents to court for giving birth to him. A committed antinatalist, he believes it's morally wrong to procreate. According to The Guardian, Mr. Samuel wrote in a Facebook post that he loves his parents, but they had him for their own, quote, joy and their pleasure. The post now seems to have been deleted, though other posts on antinatalism remain on his feed. Why must I suffer? Why must I work? Someone had you for their pleasure, reads one of them.
Wow.
In an interview to Late Sleep, Mr. Samuel explains procreation is the most narcissistic act on earth. Ask anyone why they procreate, and it'll always start with "I wanted." Introducing a child into a world that is suffering is wrong. An antinatalist's agenda is to convince people to stop reproducing. Why? Because life involves a lot of suffering. Well, that's why there's Reddit.
I mean, he's not wrong. I was thinking our recap of an old story. I want to do that at the end of the show because it's really good news.
Yeah, that's good stuff. But then again, I mean, I think this whole movement he's trying to spur would be much more effective if done in green text format. Be me, don't ask to be born, forced to be born, had to touch a vagina that I never wanted to. Does that make me a victim of incest?
Hey, these next two, let's do them with guests, but I need to piss super fucking bad. So will you tell everybody about how to get into the Discord?
Yeah, all right. Well, everybody, you can get into the Discord. That's step one. Was there more involved? I don't know. I don't do Discord too well. But if you want, there should be a link somewhere. You can go join our Discord. And if you do, then you jump into the waiting room, and then we'll do like a lottery. And the winner of every given pick gets to come in, and we'll read these news articles, Anyway, we'll read the remaining news together, and then we'll just hang out. This is a good, fun time. You guys know how this works. There's 80 of you here, which is really fucking surprising. Discord is being avant loading, says the undead Christ. Well, hey, Rimshi says he can explain it. I just explained it pretty good, I feel. Step 2, step 2 is question. Step 3, be on the show. And step 4, by the way, in case you're not familiar, because Jeff is now an official e-celebrity. 100,000 subscribers. I mean, if we go over to Social Blade right now, we'll probably see that he's maybe at 102. Very cool. Round of applause. But all the same, I mean, if you come on here, some of that shine will rub off on you, and then you can start your own Play-Doh kitchen channel. And you'll find the Jeff Holiday effect in full effect when you jumping to 21,500 subscribers overnight. Jump into the Discord, however that happens to work. I think it requires like a blood sacrifice. Like, do you have any virgins in your family who you don't think are going to be of any use to anyone down the line?
Any virgins?
You go ahead, you find yourself your favorite sandcastle beach bucket, and you just spill their blood into that, and then just swirl your pink, and you'll be a member of our Discord in no time.
That's right. Links on the page. Links on the page.
Kind of witchcraft. Yeah, it's either you can use witchcraft or links. It all depends on how badly you want to actually get your number picked.
Oh, good. Okay. Jables gets to explain what the fuck he was talking about. Jables. Jables. You gotta unmute.
Yeah, one second.
Why the fuck did I fuck that up again?
You gotta mute the stream though, bro.
No, I'm hearing myself. This is the powerful I've felt all day ever since I put this tie on.
Yeah, he's gotta mute the stream.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Stream of a fight with his
it's done. It's done now.
Okay. We're good. We're good.
So you wanted an explanation of me looking through my yearbook and somebody in my class willed his skin color somebody else?
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear this story. What exactly is this?
Welcome to the public space.
So Trout actually mentioned high school yearbooks, and I was like, wait, I have my senior high school yearbook. And I started looking through it, and I found I went to a really small school, so we had senior wills where we would will certain things to lower classmates and whatnot.
Right.
And
lower class.
And I was looking at one of my old friends. The first line is, Carl, will my skin color to Tyler. And Tyler is half black, and Carl is whiter than sunblock. So I don't know.
Oh no.
I thought that was funny.
That's terrible. That's fucking terrible.
It's fucking terrible. However, I don't know. if you grew up in that area, it would actually be pretty funny.
That's pretty insane, actually.
That's some classic soft racism justification. They're like, listen, it was a different time, a different era. It was fine. Now, again, is your friend the governor of Virginia?
No, he's
Oh my God! Wow! Nick! Wow!
Oh, Jesus.
Wow! All right.
No.
I'm not the racist.
It was
in
all.
blackface, for fuck's sake.
So,
Keep in mind, my graduating class was about 45 people, and we only had about 2 black kids in the school. It was a joke about white privilege.
okay. Well,
Let's put it that way.
it's still awful. I sent you a link in Discord, by the way. All right, let's do this. We're gonna do it together. Police, 27-year-old arrested in Provo after threatening to kill women because he's a virgin. All right, Jables, you want to read this for us?
In your most incel voice.
Uploaded.
It's like, say most incel voice, and so all of a sudden it's just a fucking.
Provo, Utah.
It's a Ben
A
Shapiro.
27-year-old man was arrested in Provo Saturday after police say he made threats of violence towards women because he did not have a girlfriend and was still a virgin.
Oof.
Incels rise up.
Oh.
That's right.
Jeff, make a T-shirt. People will buy it. Trust me.
Incels rise up. Oh my God.
Just put a picture of Ben Shapiro on it.
According to court documents released by the Utah County Sheriff's Office in the early morning hours of Saturday, dispatch officials with Provo Police Department were contacted by police in Colorado about Christopher Wayne Cleary, 27.
Christopher. Okay.
Police in Colorado said that Cleary had been posting threats to Facebook saying he was going to kill as many girls as I see, the document said.
It's a weird way to say I'm going to slay that pussy, but all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whoever wrote this is also terrible at writing.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Read the post that he posted, but do it
Yeah.
in your best incel voice. I want to hear this.
Yeah, and don't just
my
do it towards
my best incel voice.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Well, let me read the precursor for that. Provo police said the following threat was posted on Cleary's Facebook page. All I wanted was a girlfriend, not 1,000, not a bunch of hoes, not money, none of that. All I wanted was to be loved. Yet no one cares about me. I'm 27 years old and I've never had a girlfriend before. And I'm still a virgin. This is why I'm planning on shooting up a public place soon and being the next mass shooter. Cause I'm ready to die. And all the girls, they turn me down. Is going to make it right by killing as many girls as I see.
Okay, well, Christopher, first and foremost, I gotta stop you there, because your grammar is fucking terrible. How you wrote this seems to imply that the girls that turned you down are gonna make it right by them killing as many girls as you see. That doesn't make any sense, Christopher.
Hold on. Cleary also wrote, there's nothing more dangerous than a man ready to die.
Gangsta. Oh my god.
Officers said they were provided with an IP address, and the help of FBI agents in Colorado were able to track Cleary's
Of course.
phone to a McDonald's in South Provo.
Wonderful.
I like the McDonald's. They're so great. I like to get the McDouble with my chicken, and I like to take apart the McDouble and I put the McChicken inside it, and then I have like a McDouble McChicken Whopper, a Big Mac.
My selfish Steve is just broken as a frosty machine.
I was about to say, like, the spicy chicken mixed with the McRib is some pretty good shit right there.
I used to go to Taco Bell, but all those
Here's my problem with the McRib. I've seen the McRib without sauce, and it looks like a dead fetus.
It does.
So,
yeah. It does.
Well, you know what I want to do?
Nasty.
Next time the McRib comes out, I wanna go in and make it a biblical meal by like getting one of their like fucking walnut salads and just taking one of them ribs and dropping it in the salad. Like, you're all doomed.
Mouth says it's called a McBitchin', Jables. God.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so the sum and total of this one, taken into custody by an FBI agent, members of the Utah County Major Crimes Task Force. He admitted writing the post, but said he has since deleted because he was receiving threats. So this is what's so fucking crazy about this. He posted it, but he deleted his post not because he's like, well, maybe I shouldn't threaten death on people, but because, well, people were threatening me because I made that threat threatening to kill a bunch of people. So, you know, why are people attacking me? Why is everybody attacking me?
My mentions were flooded with chads.
I'm just a simple incel. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? I'm just venting myself on the internet. Okay?
Exactly. All those chads, all those chads coming out of stream.me just to make fun of him. So unfair. So unfair.
It's completely unfair. Like, Bruce to me, he thinks fucking somebody in the ass is homosexuality, but I think that's a first step towards third base.
I was thinking about hiring a prostitute for some anal, but then I was watching that Roosh V video. I don't want to be gay.
In a rare moment, I'll speak to controversy. I will say, if you are an incel, which is unfortunate, and I feel for you buddies out there who might be incels, but if you want to get a one-up and maybe possibly elevate your situation just a little bit, all you have to do, name the gunt. As soon as you name the gunt, you're at least one up on him. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it.
Okay. My advice to incels is quit worrying about being laid. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Try to be funny.
Also, and as somebody, what I love too is I released a video like message to incels after that one dude like plowed the van into people or did like it was a shooting, something like that. I got a bunch of responses from incel kids saying like, "Hey man, thanks. You know, maybe I should spend less time in these incel forums where we just talk about how awful women are and how fucking awful everyone else is."
Yeah.
And then I got a whole bunch of like really shitty responses, which seemed split in half, and then it spilled into Twitter. Half of them were like, "Oh, you've never been laid. You're a fucking virgin." And then the other half were like, "Maybe if you could stop fucking your subscribers, you'd be able to get ahead in this YouTube game." I'm like, "Fellas, I need you on the same page here, okay? Like, please and thank you." But I mean, honestly, like one of the central points I always love trying to make to incel kids too is like, because the problem is they all watch a whole lot of porn, and then they start thinking like, you know, sex is basically all just gymnastics positions with 6 women all tied up in a basement somewhere. And
usually not.
Yeah, no, truth be told, like, I mean, for most people, your first threesome, if you ever get into one, is horribly confusing, especially as a guy. You got 2 girls there, you've got between 4 and 6, maybe 8 options, and you don't want anyone feeling left out, so you don't know what to do with yourself, and you don't understand that the trick is you're just supposed to sit back and watch until you can't keep yourself in control anymore, and then you jump in, and then it's disappointing for everyone, but at least you have the memory.
Everybody likes to think that, you know, if you're a dude who gets into a threesome with 2 ladies, that you're just on easy street. Honestly, a lot of pressure.
It wasn't until my third.
It's a lot of pressure because you're the only one with the poker.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, not necessarily.
Unless he keeps some extras around.
Well, I mean, if you date the right trash bags, they happen to own some. So it's like, yeah, bring that thing. Sanitize it. No, just sanitize it first. No, I don't want to know where it's been. No. Just sanitize it. But yeah, all the same. It's like, yeah, like you see these like incel kids like, oh, like, you know that like every virgin, they dream that like the first time is going to be amazing. And like nobody really typically has the backbone to tell them like, no.
Y2KNW says your first threesome is awkward because your uncle and his friend are going to be really enthusiastic and you're going to be kind of groggy.
Oh, it's a little spicy, but all right.
I also saw Rimshi earlier calling me a living satire. I'm not a living satire. We just happen to find a bunch of satire articles that can kind of apply to me. Okay.
Yeah. I got a message on Discord by my buddy Donnie, and I didn't know who the fuck it was because it was a picture of Uncle Ted. And I'm like, who the fuck is messaging me as Uncle Ted? Oh, it's Donnie. All right, well, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yes, I know. I got 100K. Thank you. Fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's the other nice thing too, because like if you find yourself the right diocese, you can find yourself in a very awkward threesome real quick. Get it? Because priests are raping kids. Never mind.
No, I get it. Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, it was really funny back in 2006.
Well, it's like anything else, though. Your first time is always going to be a little confusing. The second time is usually pretty fun. But yeah.
Well, if nothing else,
Second time was still confusing for me. Honestly,
when you learn to stop giving a shit, right?
Yeah.
That's when you start having fun. And I don't just mean because you're willing to bang fatties, but that could be fun too.
That's an easy way to get a threesome, though.
You could even call it
that's
my
the
body
truth.
mass.
but message to all incels: be true to yourself,
Yes.
and throw some jokes out there.
Yeah.
They may flop, they may hit. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
At least you're trying.
Yeah, and in full fucking honesty, I even said this in my video too. Like the notion of the Chad doesn't exist. Go any fucking city, any major urban area, right? You go out. Don't go to like the glitzy bars that nobody can afford the drinks. Go to a regular bar and see how many good smoking hot women show up with these really funny looking dudes. And then once you get over your jealousy, ask yourself, what is it that? Oh, he's probably funny. Like he probably actually is entertaining. There you go.
Called personality.
That's right.
Work on
Maybe
that.
buy one, dickhead. So,
Get
Jables.
some.
Yeah.
Jables, anything you want to share, shill, or promote and put out there in the world, buddy?
Yeah, I want to show the pre-show. We also have a new segment that we're doing now. It's is Jables the Satire, where we read through a satire article, and see if it applies to me. So far, we're at 3.5 out of 4 articles that actually apply to me. I am actually a walking satire.
Ooh.
So if anybody has a satire article they think may apply to me, please DM it to either me or Rimshi.
Okay.
I like this. Well, it's funny in the same way that we're totally not ripping off drunken peasants. You're totally not ripping off wait, don't tell me, are you?
Wait.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, don't tell me?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's on NPR. You have to have a certain IQ to enjoy
Oh,
it. But
fuck off. I want to
What
kick
a-
him and keep you, Jables. Jesus Christ.
they got a great
Yeah.
they got a great game, and I think
Well-
maybe one of us should rip it off. It's where you read 2 satires and 1 true story, and then see who can guess which one's true.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
but this is a much different thing. It's does this satire apply to me? Because we had one that was my friend is addicted to flat Earth Facebook groups, and the moment at the moment that we read that one, I was actually planning a trip to go down to the Flat Earth convention in Denver.
Funny enough, it's over the
Going
horizon.
in too deep into flat Earth. Yeah,
All right. Well, we love you, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon, all right?
love you too.
All right.
See you guys.
Cool. Later, brother. Anime Moon says Elliot Rogers 2, The Incellering. Addy Monster says check your DMs, Jeff. Your obits are I know. So we're gonna do those after our next guest. We're gonna do our guest, then we're gonna do our obits.
By the way, can somebody please check and see where we sit in the rankings of talk shows? Because I can't remember last time we had 95 live viewers.
Are we at 95 tonight?
We're at
No
95
shit.
right now. It's got to be that
Here,
100K effect.
Let me go. Yeah, dude. Fuck. I mean, it all trickles down. You know what I'm saying?
Why do I keep slipping into a mountain range?
Mm.
It's like I've always identified as a mountain range, but I'm really curious as to know why it keeps happening.
We are number 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. 13.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Well, if we're talking about American, then let's see. That's not American. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nobody likes to be the
6.
Nobody likes to be the Arby's of Twitch talk shows.
We're at number 7 then. Number 7 if we remove all the foreign-speaking Hooba Jews.
What about Jews? Never mind.
What about Jews? Did you say steak? Did you say steak? All right. So anyway, we're going to get the next person in and roll. And it's Crab.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's Crab. Oh, no, it's Crab.
Aloha, Crab.
Shit.
Aloha Snack Bar.
I want you to know officially, Crab, I've forgiven you for inviting me to the Daily Wire Discord.
What was that? You cut out. You cut out on me.
Oh, I said I officially forgive you for trying to invite me to the Daily Wire Discord.
Hey! That Discord's fun.
I'm a bit too tall.
Wait, the Daily Wire Discord. That's a thing that actually happened? He tried to get you on the Daily Wire Discord?
Yeah. I just, and at first I was thinking, like, I don't like Ben Shapiro or any of this garbage, but then I also realized that the reason I shouldn't join it is because I'll never get anything done again.
That's fair.
I think it's fun to argue with libertarians, all right? And most of them are crazy libertarians.
Oh, now I think I actually need to send me the invite again because now I can show up and be like, I was on the ballot.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, the guy who founded it is a crazy libertarian who thinks everything should be privatized.
Weird. Weird.
Listen, I've wanted to privatize my children all the time because you have no idea what kind of stock you can sell off to human beings, especially in terms of organs. It's amazing.
Amazing.
I do have a serious question though.
Yes, please.
Why?
In a threesome, how do you decide who gets on the penis?
Okay. So if we're talking one male and 2 females, who gets on the penis? Like, a lot of it is just going to be communication, honestly. But if it's in a pretty open threesome, like you're just like all there to fuck, you just kind of take turns, and you make sure nobody's getting left out, right? So like, if you were the dude and you're banging a girl and the other girl isn't getting eaten out by the other girl, well, you just grab that girl and you fucking plop her right on your face and just keep going. That's what you got to do.
Unless one of them has a device, in which case you can just arrange these various configurations. Lots of fun. But here's the real trick to it. They decide.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your job is more or less just to be there.
Yeah.
And because you're the only one who's going to be remotely impressed by your ability to get that, the other two are probably going to be like, well, that was fun.
Yeah, you kind of you could be the entire mad architect to make this whole thing happen. But once it's actually happening, like, your job is to do what needs to be done and just enjoy it.
Oh, sorry.
And have stamina. And when you pop, you need to go and make them some food and come back with food, because that'll give you a little bit of a recuperation time so you can keep going. That's a great tip, actually. That's a great tip.
And if you're doing it, and also if you're doing it well too, like when you finish up, if they keep going and you can just go make popcorn or whatever, like, then hey, that MDMA, it's real shit, keep going. But
I'm not lying though. Like, when you're in a fuckathon, if you're in a fuckathon and you're in a crazy ass threesome, like, and you need recovery time, go make them food. Go make them some fucking food.
You also got to buy the Gatorade.
Right, you got to buy the Gatorade, but then you come in with a platter of food and they like pop off whatever various parts they're attached to. Everybody eats their food and their snacks and they're like, "Oh, you brought us food." And then it's on like Donkey Kong all over again. And you can stretch this out for a long time too. Let's bring them food. Everybody likes food.
Women love a man who can cook.
The women love a man who can cook. So that's another tip for incels.
Yeah, even if it's just slices of Cabot cheese on top of Ritz crackers, still looks impressive when you put it on a plate and you don't have any little spots or stains on it because you washed your dishes.
That is absolutely a good tip for incels, though, is learn how to fucking cook, because women love a man who can cook really good. They do.
Yeah, but leave the dishes, though, because there's nothing that says more alpha than the reason I didn't do dishes or laundry is I didn't have a lady to do them for me. Oh, Chad.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
No. How did we get... Hang on, what was the question?
Great show, everybody. Tips for incels. That's it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's weird. Life's weird. It's hard to figure it out, It's fine.
Yeah. Also, and no bullshit. Speaking from experience, you will probably have better sex one-on-one than you will ever have in a group, unless you're in a group that does that a lot and you're not really accustomed to it, in which case your mind is blown by the things people will do with their bits.
Actually, I've never had sex.
We really need to get
Well,
lazy.
you never had sex?
Nope.
Oh, no?
Oh. Well, that's
Doesn't really
fine.
bother me, though. Whatever.
No, that's fine. I mean, like the thing is, sex is kind of like a gateway drug. once you get it, no, I'm totally serious. Once you get it, it consumes you. It absolutely consumes you. It overrides all rational fucking control. It absolutely does. Like, I've been sick for the past few days, out of commission. I haven't thought about sex at all for like 4 days. First time in like 2 years I haven't thought about sex every fucking day. I haven't thought about sex in like 4 days, and I'm like, my God, I've gotten so much shit done. Wonderful. I've made a t-shirt, I made a video, I've been like working on stuff even though I'm fucking miserable and whatnot. And I start to feel myself feeling healthy again, and I get those like little, you remember sex? I'm like, shut up. I'm trying to get some work done. So it's awful, dude. It's like it's a fucking addiction. So
Yeah. Also,
but I hope when you do, I hope when you do, it's mind blowing.
it won't
I think
be.
I think one way to solve this whole issue is you guys remember Firefly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How in that society, like the role of a prostitute was elevated to
Yep.
like this high class thing. Like they didn't even call them prostitutes; they were called companions.
Right.
Why don't we do that?
Well,
Legalize
in-
prostitution, elevate them.
Listen, crap.
Remove
in
the
fairness-
stigma.
Yeah, in fairness too, as somebody who lost his cherry to a lady of the night, you don't need class or sophistication or any of it. It's fine. Just go get it over with, and then you're like, wow, that was anticlimactic. That's great. And then the great thing about that though is when you have boring ass hooker sex for your first time, and then you actually end up, because you got the confidence, like, well, I've already done that, so I really don't need to be fucking worried about anything now. I can just actually relax and be whatever version of charming I am, and then you have actual good sex and somebody's really down for it, then you're like, whoa, shit, okay, I get it now.
Wow, what is this? I didn't know it could be like this.
Like most things in the 21st century, you're best starting off by managing your expectations by going for the bottom of the barrel and then working your way back up to the top.
Yeah.
To Trout in the chat, I hate Vegas. It's a wasteland of excessive capitalism. Don't go to Vegas.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But if you like games of chance, actually, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, like sex with a prostitute, you never know what you're gonna leave with.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I will say, like, I have no compulsion to become addicted to gambling, but I'm a really good gambler. Every time I gamble, I actually leave up. Not a lot, because I don't risk it all or anything, but I usually come away with a little bit of extra money. So it's kind of interesting to do that. I will say Vegas is a good experience just to see how cyberpunk an American city can be, because it's fucking crazy. It's really weird.
Yeah, and also the cat houses, like that. If I'm not mistaken, prostitution is illegal in Vegas, but it's illegal outside of Vegas, and nobody enforces it in Vegas.
Nobody enforces
So,
it in Vegas.
Yeah, if you
unless
go
they
find
gotta fill a quota.
Honestly, yeah, and if you actually want to lose your cherry in a phenomenal, like, fantastic, story-worthy way, I'd say actually go find yourself, like, a Nevada cat house that hires, like, no, I'm not even joking. When I used to work at a tech firm that sold tech shit to other companies, and one of the industries I was prospecting were Nevada cat houses, and, like, yeah, they're very professional outfits, and at the same time, like, you might get to fuck Gage, even though she's probably about 40 by now, but I'm sure she's still tiny and lots of fun. So that's the point. Go fuck yourself a porn star the first time. Be like, oh my god, yeah, no, I got to bang one of Jenna Jameson's aging acolytes for my first time, and ever since then,
yeah, I'd fucking do it. Absolutely. Oh my god. Yeah. Fucking whatever.
Yeah. Most of Vegas is outside Vegas, as truly as else.
That is very, very true. If you want cheap rooms and whores, go to Reno. Yeah, dude. Reno's where it's at too. Yeah.
It's the biggest small city. I mean, because I'm gonna say this: anything you're gonna get in Nevada is gonna be better than what I got in Columbus, Georgia. So hey, you'll always have one up on me in that way. Because that's what sex is really all about.
But I think Nick had a really good point though, which is removing the stigma is actually a really, really empowering moment when it just isn't a big deal anymore. Like, you just don't care.
When you're not hung up, here's the thing: when you're not hung up on a thing, when it's not like front and center in your fucking brain, and like you pour over it and get weirded out about it and all this other shit, when it's just another thing that happens, everything in life becomes easier when you stop taking it seriously.
It's whatever you do, don't do what I did.
Honestly, I think the reason why I haven't had sex is because I'm naturally so like I don't like people.
Well, I don't like people either.
Dude, I've got a pretty good track record, and you'll be hard pressed to find anybody who hates society more than I do who has actually had sex. So don't worry about that. In fact, a lot of times, especially once you drop that stigma and you're just comfortable with yourself, like slaying goth girls, dude. Oh my God, you just give them that nihilistic rap about how there's no point to anything and you don't really give a shit, and they're like, "You're right. You should just do whatever you want to me." And you're like, "What? Really? Oh wow, I didn't know that would work." Shit.
It's fair. Well, that's fair.
Yeah, now we're at an awkward dead air silence. That's good.
They're talking about losing their hetero virginity in the chat. Lola was saying, lost her virginity to a dude who was a fucking tripod. It was a nightmare. I could believe it. I actually have quite a few female friends of mine who were absolutely mentally scarred because they hooked up their first time with a dude who had a monster penis. And they were fucking terrified of sex after that. And then they finally had sex with a dude who had a normal sized dick, and they were like, "Oh, this is okay. This is good. Oh wow,
nice.
Wow, this is great."
Downsized from a Hummer to the new Kia SUV there, and you're like, it does what I need.
Yeah,
it's good.
people who don't notice that, like in the middle of porn with giant penises, the women are doing breathing exercises, and their eyes roll in the back of their head. That's not them orgasming. That's them being like, "Hom nom shiva, hom nom shiva, hom nom shiva. Please let the pain subside."
Letting go of how important you think it is the first step to actually realizing how awesome it can be.
Yeah, it's fine. Sex sucks most of the time, though. Unless you're with somebody for a long ass time, sex is awful.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Because you're always drunk and you don't remember it. So come on. I've
got about like an 8 to 10 month cutoff period, after which point, like, I realize I'm just being bad at the relationship. And so do they. They realize it first and they take action on it. But in retrospect, I realize
easy sex, right?
It's a good idea.
Drunk sex is easy, right? But
no. Drunk sex is sloppy and embarrassing, but you don't give a shit. But also you make mistakes, and then you're on the hook for support orders for 18 years. And
drunk sex with a stranger is embarrassing. Drunk sex with somebody that you've been fucking for a while is usually fine. Because like like all the triggers and everything, as long as you're not like shit house, it's all right.
Yeah, in which case it gets real embarrassing.
Then it gets real embarrassing, and they're like, last night, I think we need to talk. And you're like, oh,
yeah. If you combine oral sex with unplanned vomit, which has happened.
All right. Anyway. Crab. So anything?
How's the soda?
Oh God, sorry.
That's
Saint
right.
Bacon says drunk sex is the best sex you'll never have. You'll never remember. Ask Harvey Weinstein.
Ooh, damn. All right, so Crab, anything you want to shill, promote, put out there to the world for us, buddy?
I sent you a tweet through Discord of Ben Shapiro shitposting.
Yeah.
So he's just posting to the Daily Wire.
He's he promoted it's just great. I love how he shitposts. so just promote that.
2 parts kosher margarita mix, 1 part alcohol, 3 ice cubes, 1 part facts and logic, 0 parts feelings. Oh my god. Fuck my balls. By the way, I'm gonna send you my my username and origin right now. Actually,
He's hilarious.
So we can play some games later. There you go.
He's a free market stooge, but he's hilarious.
He is. He absolutely is. Hey, thanks for coming on, buddy. We appreciate it, and we love you, buddy.
All right.
Take care.
Mahatma Akbar.
All right, we got a special segment we're gonna do here on the Midweek Saints before we get our next guest in. We're gonna read obituaries that were written for us by our very own Addy Monster.
Really?
Yes. So I'm gonna read your obituary, Nick, and then you're gonna read mine. I sent it to you through Twitter.
Twitter. Aye. Okay.
So I'm gonna read your obituary first. All right. This is very important. In the interior of New Hampshire's finest gin joints, there exist a few chairs worn well by the finest Goodwill tweed slacks Nicholas Gorov could rest from the rack whilst the teenage cashier's back was turned. Many a patron will regale you with the tales of that guy who was a union shill that was actually kind of interesting, and how I once watched that guy drink an entire fish. I don't know how he did it, man. He just did. His achievements are, well, something, and he's survived by his immortal daughter, the Grand Empress Quinn, and some guy who claims Nick owes him like $40. He wrote a book, probably, but no one read it because books are gay and nerd shit. His death was, well, expected. Come on. What wasn't expected was just how impressively his corpse cartwheeled through the air on that fateful evening, clothes in singed tatters and various experimental paraphernalia falling from his burnt visage. The only thing more impressive than the inexplicable explosion that hurled him out of this mortal coil was the dismount, embedding his mandible in the dashboard of a local deputy sheriff's cruiser, knocking the double-glazed maple bar from his hand, with the imploded remnants of his inverted scrotum. Godspeed, you fantastic bastard. May you drink St. Peter under the fucking table.
The only thing that bothered me was the inverted scrotum.
Well, you know.
That's just because I was upside down.
You don't get to choose your own death. That's Addy Monster's job. So.
No, that's true. I was brilliant, Addy. Yeah, I was fucking brilliant. That was more than I deserve.
It's good. It's good. So you read my obituary.
Well, for Jeff, where did he come from? I don't know. Oregon? Where did he go? I mean, I guess New Orleans for a while, but ultimately, hell, really, what can really be said about Jeff Holiday? A whole lot, but not really anything interesting. I mean, for one, he's a shill for Big Pharma and Monsanto. His biggest achievements include being on a watered-down Jerry Springer episode with his estranged wife, Jillian Epperly, and reaching 100,000 subscribers on a dying social media platform. Big whoop. Jeff is survived by his wife, Memory, who is honestly a million times more interesting than he is.
That's true.
And needs to post more Nomad memoirs. Also true.
That's very true.
And his kid Winter, who will probably head a prog rock Christian Adventist prayer group in protest to his father's cringy crust punk aesthetic.
Probably.
Jeffer Ezra wrote a book about gay sci-fi shit, probably ripping off Dune and Star Wars, his favorite show. And at least half self-awareness to undread his hair before he died. Jesus fucking Christ, what a tryhard. We get it, dude. You inject the marijuanas. El Jefe was found dead in a Burger King men's room with a bottle of Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head vodka in an obvious attempt to butt plug potpourri flavored spirits into to desperately appeal to his incel subscribers. Rest in pepperonis, retard. I approve.
That's our obituaries, guys. That's our obituaries.
I'm just going to send that to the union leader.
Oh my god. Fuck.
I feel like I'm just going to change it to like, he was 87 years old to look at him.
87 years old.
Oh,
right, let's roll. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Next up, we got quinnmag. Quinnmag. Hello, quinnmag.
Oh shit! What's up?
Mahalo. What's going on? Mahalo snack bar.
All right. Not much. You?
Well, suffering through the throes of disease and plague and disassociative alcoholism, but otherwise pretty much all right. How are you doing?
Great. I'm still. I think I was on once before, and last time I was talking about my apprenticeship.
Yes. No, I remember.
The cat house, right? I remember that. You were cleaning the floors, and then you were gonna clean up after.
Definitely. So I'm on break from that for a bit, which is nice.
How was it?
It was pretty cool. I'm going back to it either this Friday or on Monday.
Okay.
But it was great. I mean,
You sound like a better employee.
It was great, and then I didn't get paid.
True. Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. So, what's your embarrassing losing your virginity story?
I don't have one yet.
You don't have... Wait, what?
I don't have one yet.
Son of a
God.
bitch. Damn it.
I knew we had more overlap with the Jordan Peterson audience than we'd previously thought.
Oh, fucking stop it. Jesus Christ. Come on. Oh, my God. All right. Well, then shit, my main talking point's completely shot into the dirt. Fuck.
That's all right. I want you to imagine the most embarrassing thing that could happen in that sense. It's like all of a sudden it's sort of like it's one of those candid camera shows. It's like a YouTube social experiment, you know, where you're like, wow, Miss Smith, your bedroom happens to look a lot like a storefront with curtains. Why is that? Oh, no reason. Nah, I don't give a shit. The funny thing she wasn't expecting is that I have no self-respect. So when they dropped the curtains and all of those grandmas in the church group were watching me go to town on this poor girl, I said, well, I'm here. I might as well get this over with.
Wait. Okay. I actually...
That was oddly specific.
It is... Well, and oddly specific could be Nick's middle name. That's true. Come on. Come on.
It's only odd if you don't know my context, and that's my job.
Well, fair. Okay, but I have a question. This is actually something that's been kind of kicking around in my head for a little bit.
Yeah, shoot.
So I'm gonna set the scene a little bit. So you're standing there. You're in a motel bar for some reason. Like you got sent out for work. You're away from your family, away from anybody you know. You're in a totally different city, and there at the bar is Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas comes up to you. Do you know who Trisha Paytas is?
Maybe.
Oh,
I'll look her up.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
hang on.
I
I want to set the scene perfectly.
She was in the Philip DeFranco video.
Okay, I see her. Yeah, I know who she is now. I saw her on Philip DeFranco. Yeah.
Yes, Trisha Paytas. She's got big old fake boobies, and you know she's that's just who she is.
It's like having sex with a light.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Copy image address. I'm gonna put this into here. I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. Okay. So, Trisha Paytas comes up to you in the bar. This blonde fake Barbie doll, and she says, "Hey, I want you to come back to my suite, and I want to fuck your brains out and blow you for hours." What's your answer?
Fuck. Have I had drinks at this point?
Let's say you might have had a couple, but you're not even close to drunk. You're still very in control of your own cognitive abilities. Like you might as well be sober, but you're at least relaxed.
Fuck. You know what?
And she's coming out strong. She's making no bones about it. She's like, I am going to rock your fucking world if you come with me right now.
I'd drop down 20 on the bar table, ask him to give me just a full bottle, and then I'd go.
Okay. Good man. All right. Good answer. Because the thing that I've been thinking about this for a while is, because I remember how I was before I engaged into the world of le sex. I would have never gone back to a room with Trisha Paytas. But, like, if I, right now, like me, as a 36-year-old man was in a bar and Trisha Paytas came up and she's like, "Hey, bitch, I want to suck your dick." I'd be like, "Let's go!"
All right, I ain't got nothing else scheduled.
I'd be all over it. I'd be like, fucking Jesus Christ, I'm gonna fucking ruin you for every other man. Holy shit. Yeah, you ever feel like you want to be a basted ass turkey? Holy shit.
Hey baby, I'll fuck you to 150,000 subscribers. How's that?
Yeah. But see but that's the thing that I made me think about it though, is like there's a certain amount of self-respect that you.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Nah, but I think you do. I think you do. There's a certain amount of self-respect as you get older, and the more that you have engaged in like lewd and regrettable sex, that eventually you lose a little bit of self-respect throughout the years. Whereas I would turn Trisha Paytas into a fucking burning dumpster.
Here's the thing you gotta understand is that if you're the person who thinks that he's not capable of making those gross sexual mistakes, you are less powerful than somebody who knows that they're capable of that kind of evil.
See?
No, okay.
Yeah, see? No, that's the thing.
My whole point is that basically, like, the more you debase yourself over time, like, the less special these kinds of things become and the less discerning that these things become. So I don't think that type of position is a bad one. I think it's wonderful. Like, the whole ocean of possibility is open to you. I think that's great.
And that's getting back to Trisha, there is definitely an ocean.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the garbage patch in the middle of the ocean.
It's just not doing it for me. All right.
There's a lot of shit swimming around inside of it.
Someone dumped their tire in it.
Someone dumped several tires in it. Goodyear owns a certain portion of it. The only time anything new grows is when there's an eruption from beneath the surface. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Basically, we're saying Trisha Paytas is the Pacific Ocean. It's wide open, takes all travelers. You might die of it. And,
I'd Shrek it. I'd make it my swamp.
Shrek it. I'm not even allowed to pretend that I wouldn't at this point. Okay? So here's the thing, crap.
When Trout says Jeff is essentially admitting the morning shower cry session some of us have had. I mean, I've had a lot of those. We've had a lot.
Well, there you go. Yeah, no, this is the point. It's like if you never get to what people typically presume about me, you're doing fine in debasing yourself in a healthy, natural manner. Again, we got to get Lacey Green on to talk about this. She's a real sex educator. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, you should get arrested for masturbating in public at least once. That way, like, no matter how bad your first time is, you know it's not the most embarrassing sexual experience of your life, as you were."
Look, Santa Bacon, I'll tell it to you honestly. If you're a thick girl, like, I have no problem. Like, if you're a pretty thick girl, like, I've never had an issue being with a girl who's larger. But especially, you don't gotta be thick. But if you're a girl in general who shows up with a bucket of chicken, you're getting fucked. Just saying. If you want to get to the heart of a man's heart, you invite him up to your room with a bucket of chicken.
Home cooked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, home cooked is fine, but, like, in a pinch, dude, KFC will do. But you invite a dude up, like, hey, you know, you look like we've been drinking for a while. It looks like you're kind of hungry. I've got a bucket of chicken up in my room. Do you think any dude's gonna turn that down? If he does, you don't want to fuck him anyway. He probably can't fuck for shit. But if he can fuck, he's gonna be like, fuck yeah, I want some goddamn chicken. You get that chicken in his body, he's gonna be like, I'm a fucking sexual tyrannosaur. I got chicken in me. Let's fuck. And
right up until the grease bloat comes in.
Well,
then he's knocked out.
No, then you take a tasteful break where each partner can go and poop, and then you take a shower together, and then you fuck all over again. Hopefully with the grease removed.
Yeah, or you end up
what
like...
What the fuck are we talking about?
That, or you go and watch 2 seasons of Steven Universe, depending on what the large girl with the bucket of chicken might be into. So, these go a lot of different directions is what I'm trying to tell you.
Good to know.
Oh my god. Only us could turn this into a Steven Universe conversation. What the fuck?
Well, actually, like on that note, though, I gotta go piss like a racehorse myself.
No, go pee. Okay, so but anyway, so the it wasn't an internship; it was a job, right?
Apprenticeship, yeah.
Apprenticeship,
So,
okay, but it is going good.
Yeah, it's going great. I'm going back soon. It's I'm doing a half day now of it though.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a bit different. I was doing a full day, and that was a little bit annoying. But I feel like the half day is gonna be, a bit more relaxed.
Are you working outside or are you working inside a facility?
It's a garage.
It's a garage.
But yeah.
What part of the country are you in?
Ontario. Yeah. So.
Ontario, fuck, dude. So you just got done freezing your fucking balls off for the past week, then, yeah?
Kind of. Today it was freezing rain, which essentially is like mini pieces of like hail hitting you, essentially.
Sure.
Except it's really tiny. It's a pain in the ass, but it's not as bad as it is when it's minus 40. We haven't gotten that bad yet. So
God,
it's
minus fucking 40. Jesus Christ.
That's it's not too bad yet. The power hasn't gone out yet.
All I know is, Oregon has, 17 seasons. We have 17 seasons in the valley that I live in. We have pre-winter, which is true, and then there's false winter. Then there's, all of a sudden, fourth summer. It hits for, a week. And then you get fake fall, the beginning of real winter. Then you get, third fall, and then second winter, and we're in second winter right now, so everything goes like a manic depressive episode in the Willamette Valley. It's awful.
Yeah. Since a lot of global warming has heated up over the years, no pun intended,
sure.
It's gotten a bit more like that here, but it used to just be fall, then 4 months of absolute depression as it's just minus 40, and then a day of spring, and then summer, and then that was your year.
Yeah.
And then it just went on a cycle. Now it's a bit more
that's crazy
weird and raining. It was raining this morning, early morning. It wasn't freezing rain, it was just raining full out.
Are we on climate change now?
No. Actually, what we're at is quinnmag. Anything to shill, share, promote, anything you want to put out there into the world, man.
You know what? Actually, yeah. There's a weird album that I was kind of looking at recently.
Yeah.
That, it's a slightly older album. I guess coming up on 5 years, and then one more year it'll be 5 years.
Slightly older. Okay.
Yeah, so 4 years. And it's from Damian Marley. And it's, fuck, I have it on my phone. It's Stony Hill. And it's just this weird reggae album that has a bit of everything in it. It has kind of hip-hop songs, it has reggae, it has everything. And just weird synths. It's just a weird album. If you just chill out one day, listen to it, you kind of get into it, and then the more you listen to it, you'll find little pieces that you like.
Sounds great, man. Absolutely. I'll check it out. I kind of got burnt out by reggae a little bit from the Eugene hippie crowd and whatnot, but it's been a long time, so I think I'd be down for checking out some good reggae.
And with that, on that same note too, let this be also a public service announcement. Anthony Fantano, your days are fucking numbered, pal. All right? You're going to have to come on this show and defend your fucking crown against our equally bored music nerd here, who just gave us a better breakdown than we could ever hope.
All right. Well, we love you, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon, all right?
Thanks. Yeah, see you.
All right. Take care. Oh, shit. He already jumped out. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. All right, real quick. So Jables Boogly says, I don't know what to say here other than the next time I do a message like this, it will be my birthday. 6 months so far, resubscribed. Do you mean your birthday is in a month? Because I'm thinking I want to do. I want to come up and do maybe like a March party sometime up in Seattle. So like maybe we should make something happen. Eddie Monster says, "Can we get some JF love, please? I need to know from someone who speaks the language of love very slowly because I think he thinks it's easier for his type to understand." Well, yes.
Talk about your first porno-style foursome.
I think we could probably do that. All right.
JF said those.
Hello, I would like to talk to the incels. Let me tell you, if you want to find love, love is not beyond your grasp. All you have to do is find the potato of your dreams. Become a farmer of love. Become someone who can cultivate the feelings you want to find in another person. Try to be honest with yourself, and maybe with enough luck, you can find yourself an appropriate mate. Oh, well, thank you very much, Jeff. That's actually a really, really good advice. That's wonderful.
I still remember when he answered me in his Dear Abby column. I asked, like, what's the best way to not get a retarded woman pregnant? And he was like, make sure her tuberous roots are tied.
Okay. Anime Moon says, okay, just letting this be known, my wife and I split our Steam accounts. Just look for me and you'll find me. As for fucking big girls, I have a master's degree. And he sent us a link. Oh no. Oh god. And then also Larry Kubiak with the 50 bones. Sorry, but I can't pass the opportunity to mix my weeb shit with tonight's theme. F for Pink Guy. Okay.
Wow, right. Pink Guy? We have Pink Guy video we're showing now? Because honestly, like, I would feel honored if we got a copyright claim by Joji.
That'd be pretty good, actually. That'd be pretty alright. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest with you.
Hey, it's better than fucking Deadpool. Fucking
yeah,
bitch.
Fake-ass fucking Ryan Reynolds. Should we do our last guest and then get through these videos that they sent us?
Why don't we watch them with the guest?
With the guest?
No, why not?
We could. I gotta piss like a fucking wizard, though.
We'll consolidate. That's a great thing.
I gotta piss like a fucking wizard. Oh my god.
You know what'll happen when you do is you're gonna go and take your piss, and then you're gonna think of a hilarious joke that completely escapes you by the time you sit back down.
Yeah, it's true. It's probably true. Yeah. I hate how much it makes sense. You fucking hurt me sometimes.
I'm the sensible one here.
Oh god. All right. So you're gonna talk to Lola real quick, and
I'll
gonna
talk
go
to
piss.
Lola.
Yeah, you talk to Lola for a second. I gotta go fucking piss like a fucking wizard.
There you go. All right, good. Now he's there we go. No, it's fine. Hang on. See, our job right now is not so much to have a real conversation about figuring out where we can bring in a non-conversation when Jeff sits back down to make sure he is as uncomfortable as possible.
Okay, well, you know him better than I do, so think of a topic.
Oh god, it used to be this shit like Steel Panther making corn references, but these days, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, this guy's gone so far down the fucking rabbit hole. There's no telling what is actually considered degenerate in his fucking world. I don't know. I mean, at this point, maybe we just got to make poop cult jokes or something. So, how's your business model going, Lola?
We finally have something to show and share. There's finally something visible. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah. So, what do you want to tell the people what that is?
Oh yeah, the blogging platform that I've been working on, where we accept female presenting nipple.
Female presenting nipple.
Mm-hmm. That's the keyword that I enjoyed using.
What happens though when you have a woman who's just got like a small display case? She's keeping them like butterflies that she caught, except it's just homeless people's. Yeah.
What would I do with that? It would probably have to be marked as mature content.
Does that fall into fair use, even though those nipples technically belong to somebody else?
If you can transform it into a different kind of work, sure.
So paint little suns and smiley faces on them, and you can show as many homeless nipples on Lola's.
As long as you're transferring it into a different form of work. Yeah, we'll accept it.
Well, that's the thing. You got to double down. Like, Tumblr's like, no more porn. And you're like, you know what? We're going to do all the porn.
Well, I mean, there are some places that are like, were created and put out there like immediately, and it was pretty much just like all porn, which wasn't really what.
And that's why there's now a dedicated portion to homeless sex. Yeah.
Wait, there's one that what?
You missed the conversation, Jeff. Don't even try and interject here. You ain't got no right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, homeless people's detached nipples in display cases. That's the focus of your website.
Yeah, fair use. Yeah.
It's a niche thing, but I mean, they've got money. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be able to afford those legal fees.
That's right. So Lola, I sent you a link through Discord for the My Circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
All right.
Enemy Moon sent this to us.
What am I doing with this exactly?
You just gotta keep it open, and we're gonna watch something together. You ready for this?
Suffer together.
Oh, it's movie time. Okay.
It's movie time. That's right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And not like that time that we watched the B movie and interspliced it with e-fuck clips.
No, this is different. This is totally different.
By the way, yeah, Trump wants everybody to know that his tan is natural and due to good genes. So
yeah, that was the White House. The White House staffers said that it was because of good genes. But anyway, that was the other clip. Who cares? Fuck it. Let's go.
Okay. What?
Yo, everybody, this is Sir Croaks-a-Lot, and I'm not here to talk about big butts. No, I'm into pig butts. Yeah.
Pig butts. That's right.
I like pig butts, and I cannot lie. I love them till when pigs fly. When a sound walks in with an itty-bitty snout and a round thing sticking out, you gotta jump.
Okay, first impressions of this video before we keep going.
I'm very uncomfortable.
You're very uncomfortable?
Yes, I am.
I mean, it's just it's a wonderful Muppet singing about how he likes pig butts.
Muppets and puppets are really creepy to me. I'll watch it, but okay, fine.
I'm just gonna go with, because this is a rap and I respect the art of hip hop, that we can call this video 16 bars for life.
Yeah, that's right. 16 bars for life. The quintessential struggle for a frog man to.
You can't get enough when you notice those cups are stuffed deep in the dress, I'm so sure, and it's probably not kosher. Oh, piggy, you know I ain't faking. I want to bring home the bacon. My Muppet's trying to stop me, but watch how Kermit knows karate. Oh, little pig, let me in. You say you want to go to your pen?
Yeah. What do you? Is it improving? Is it improving?
No, it is, and I love the fact too. It's a subtle nod I noticed that I hadn't noticed before. But you notice that one hand that's just not moving; it's curled into a fist.
It is, yeah.
Big ups from my boy Bob Dole. Love you forever, brother.
I need to take a pill. All right.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I took all mine before the show. That's what makes this show bearable. Charming.
I need my nano pill box. Fuck. All right.
We got 20 more seconds on this. So we're gonna skim to the pink guy. So.
Well, excite me, delight me, 'cause you are the other white meat. I've heard her singing, and my ears are still ringing. I see she's got her going like a big Harley. I'm tired of magazines saying pigs are so unclean. Take the average pig and then look at bristle that nasty rat. So frogs, is your girlfriend all real hog?
Oh my god! I want to hear the. I want to hear the chorus here.
You know, shaking, shake that back bacon. Think you got back?
Okay, all right.
It's basically
like, got back.
All right, fine.
It's like any white person rapping in the early 2000s. It's fine.
Yeah, that was extremely painful. All right, let's do this instead.
It was very. Oh my god. Riveting lyrics.
Kimochi, it feels good, yeah.
僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいなあー気持ちいいな入れたい鼻血が出るほどいいマンコは
Until I get a nosebleed, pussy feels good, it's nice and wet.
I'm just having this image in my mind that if this happens, that everything's gonna be pixelated.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Because that's what they do with all their porn. They pixelate everything. So
I
it's just
know.
Like, what's
Well,
the point?
no, they pixelate the weirdest shit. It's like, oh, we show a thing getting, we'll show a passed out girl getting molested in a fucking like massage parlor, but we can't let her pubic hair be shown.
Well, no, like if you know E-Fucked, like they have videos where a girl is strapped up to a fucking wall and she's lit up with fucking paintball guns, and you're like, what the fuck is that? What are you doing? A naked woman getting shot by paintball guns? Holy fuck! Not censored at all. And they're like, oh, we're gonna put our dick in her, and they're like, oh, we gotta censor that. That's gotta be censored.
Are you? Hang on. Are you saying that like just lacing a girl up with paintballs isn't your sexual aesthetic? Because if it is,
I've actually done that.
I've got to take some videos down from
Lola, man.
No, we used to have. I went to. There's this group I used to be a part of called Whippersnappers. There's a BDSM like kink group, and we had naked subby paintball.
You know what?
The sadist versus the masculine.
Man, I gotta come fucking hang out with you, Lola. Jesus Christ. I love sex. My dick is so great. I love sex. I love you. As I thought pussy is what is.
No.
I love sex. Is my favorite. Oh, wow.
Sekusu. I just really want to see this on the soundtrack to the second season of Fooly Cooly because.
What? Yeah.
But sorry, I was really distracted with those Easter seal claps you were offering. I just coined a new term, by the way. You guys are welcome.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I'm at a Family Mart.
Family Mart?
I know.
Yeah. I'm just. Am I the only one though who feels as though like Joji in very certain specific ways kind of fell off with the charm of his work when he decided he was going to be Joji and not Pink Guy? Because Joji's all about it's some emo ass shit. I mean, it's good, but it's some seriously emo shit. Like, you know, it's all about like, hey, is your new boyfriend better than me, or do I still have a chance? And then you go back to Pink Guy, and it's I was at the Family Mart.
Suck a my dicker. Nakadashi.
This has been your language lesson for this midweek, Saints, by the way. If you ever wondered what the Japanese word for cream pie is, and you can take
Nakatomi.
Yep, that's right.
That's right.
Yep.
That means
Nagasaki.
That means respectful, consensual sex between two Christian people.
I actually do know a phrase in Japanese that could be slightly applicable.
What is it?
Komayanteo, which means you fucking pervert.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, I for one though, I'm glad we got this lesson because I mean, if there's one thing we all know, like Nagasaki was the original Japanese cream pie.
Indeed.
It was hot.
And we'll just pause for a second, and then we'll finish this out.
I just have to wonder if there are not a bunch of Japanese censors who are like, fuck, we can't do anything about this because he's in America. Why could a man in a high castle not be a true story?
True.
気持ちいいな入れたい僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいな気持ちいいな入れたい
All right, we're done. That's good. All right.
Okay.
And all genuine respect to fucking Joji and all of his characters. You're a fucking master. Never stop creating. Please never retreat into solitude, and don't ever leafy yourself, bro. No matter what.
Don't ever leafy yourself. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Just good. That's good advice in general.
So, how are you, Lola? I haven't talked to you in a minute. How are you doing?
Well, you just showed me a bunch of things with puppets, so I'm sweating. Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah?
So, no, I have like a really big fear of those.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have some kind of like Jeff Dunham kink that I'm not aware of?
No.
I was about to say like.
No.
You were about to say it.
How am I doing? I'm okay aside from the sweating and like heart racing bit, and I'm scared. I'm okay.
That's good. That's
right.
that's a YouTube
really
Saints effect. It's the X Factor right there.
That's true. Yeah.
Making you uncomfortable since 2017. Fuck yeah.
I'm alright though. I've just been having to do a lot of work, and I feel like I can never relax or get away from anything.
Yeah, no, I feel that. And you and me need to have do we still gotta have a conversation about like the project that we were talking about?
Yeah, we do eventually. It's
Okay.
just at one point we lost everything, so got a little delayed with that one. But I
That's
sent
fine.
both of you a link. You can do the closed alpha testing if you want. You can...
And if
Did you send me anything? Oh shit.
I sent it to both of you.
Oh, I'm not. You can't send things to me and expect me to get them.
Okay.
I don't even check my mail. My favorite button on my phone is the off button when I hear it ringing, so it's great. But I'm glad.
Shit.
I'm
Oh,
glad
fuck yeah.
Jeff,
Oh my God,
I'm glad
yeah.
Jeff's thing had nothing to do with paintball guns, because I was starting to worry if I was being left out of something.
Yeah, no, I'll jump into that tomorrow. Yeah, we'll check that out. So anything you want to show, promote, put out there into the world?
I mean, just basically still that. That's pretty much still what I'm working on. Then there's my own personal project, but I'd rather say that whenever it's ready. So
Okay.
there's a fucking dog in my house now. It's cute, but it's loud. Sorry.
Anything public that I should actually put out for you though?
Just Mojo Fire. People follow it on Twitter. That would be awesome.
Mojo Fire. Got it. Got it.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
A replacement
It is.
for Tumblr after Tumblr decided to censor all the porn. A possible
to
avenue.
Tumblr itself.
Well, yeah, but a possible like avenue to express yourself outside of Tumblr because Tumblr now sucks ass. So yeah, no, fantastic. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, we will talk to you again soon. Thank you so much for letting us torture you with
Yeah,
Muppet
thanks
porn.
for giving me fucking nightmares. It's really sweet of you.
Hey, you know what? All you'll ever get from me is nightmares, especially if you ever
Yeah.
hang out in real life. Good night.
Yeah. The only thing better than having somebody dream about you is having somebody nightmare about you, because then they remember when they wake up.
It's true.
Which is something I typically.
Oh, she left.
Which is,
Oh no.
well, to be honest, I mean, people remembering me after they wake up is something I typically try to avoid. But in this case,
Magic Fowl has subscribed with the Prime subscription. Thank you so much. Jable says, "Yeah, my birthday is March 6th. If you want, I have a buddy with a professional studio. If you want to stream from there, maybe we'll talk when I'm not as inebriated as I am tonight." Kendall resubscribed 4 months so far. It says, "Play the lick. It's a jazz thing you wouldn't understand." What the fuck does that mean?
that's
Play
most
the lick.
jazz. That's the point of jazz.
What is
You're
the
not
point
supposed
of
to
jazz?
understand it.
I
You're
don't.
not supposed to understand it. You're supposed to just feel it in your lower intestines.
That sounds gay.
Well, it's a little gay, but it's an accepting community. Is all I'm saying, Mister. Let's listen to more weeb rock. Fine.
Shut up. All right. We have an update to a story that we did previously. And this update is actually really, really good news. We're going to end tonight with some really good news. Shong, shong.
A Chicago woman's act of kindness helped homeless people stay warm during this week's dangerous polar vortex. So if you guys have been watching the show for a minute, you know that we reported that there was somebody who randomly paid for a bunch of people to have
70 homeless people.
70 fucking homeless people to have a place to stay during the polar vortex in Chicago.
Yep. This is after they had their propane tanks confiscated, and it was found out that somebody, and this is like 70 hotel rooms. And the assumption, naturally on my part, and tell me if you had it differently, was that this was some Daddy Warbucks style motherfucker who's like, I've got the money, I can do a good thing.
Yeah, we thought this was like some rich asshole. We thought this was like somebody who had like way too much money.
Asshole.
Not an asshole, but some rich guy who had like a ton of fucking money. But as it turns out, it was a woman by the name of Candace Payne. Candace Payne impulsively charged 20 hotel rooms on her credit card before it snowballed into a life-saving effort by a group of strangers, CBS Chicago reports. Payne booked the motel rooms after realizing how life-threatening the sub-zero temperatures would be for the Chicagoans without homes. She posted about it on social media, and soon the donations and offers to help became flooding in. Oh my god, I can't read anymore.
Yeah, it's all right, because I don't have the article open anymore, so you can keep going.
Oh, okay. Maybe they didn't know how to or where to start to help, so I'm glad that I was able to be that vehicle, she told CBS Chicago. On Wednesday, when temperatures plummeted to 22 degrees below zero, a group of homeless people had to abandon their tents near a highway after a propane tank they'd used as a source of heat exploded. But Payne and other volunteers dug deep into their pockets and picked up the tab for 60 rooms at a hotel on Chicago's South Side. Volunteers worked together like a family, turning a hotel bathroom into a makeshift kitchen and collected donations to help replace the items that were lost. And they built lasting friendships, even though most of them had just met. So, the sum and total of this fucking living goddamn not you.
Ordinary fucking working class, probably living paycheck to paycheck like the rest of us. Ordinary ass woman's like, I'm gonna run up a big ass bill on my credit card to save some lives.
That's right. And she took the fucking initiative and she saved fucking lives. This woman right fucking here. This fucking legend. Legend right here. It was like, people are about to be fucking starving. They're about to be starving on the street. They're going to freeze to fucking death. And I'm not going to let that happen. She charged it up on her own goddamn credit card. So pinkies the fuck up for this
Jeff, real quick,
goddamn legend. Amazing
real quick,
legend.
Too. Can we just take a look and see if there's been a collection established to try and help her pay down that bill? Just Google her name, see if it came up in a GoFundMe or something. Because I would not be surprised if that hadn't happened. But yeah, again, this is the surprising thing. We reported it here. I did a whole thing on my channel where I did like a good news roundup, and this is one of the stories. And in that, my natural assumption was that it was just some like wealthy philanthropist type who was like, I gotta do something. And instead, it was even better than that, because it was an ordinary ass person who's like, I'll put my own ass in debt to keep people I don't know and probably never will meet from freezing to death in the midst of this cold snap. And I mean, that's a proper fucking hero. It's one thing when you've got disposable income or you've got like, big vat of wealth, and you could say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to use some of this to be a good person and help people. And that shit is awesome. It really is. But when you come down and you find, oh, there we got it.
GoFundMe, Action for a Cause, put up by Candace Payne. And that's just to get some people some warm place to be. Warm place to be.
Oh, hang on. She put that up herself?
This is Action for a Cause. I think so.
Okay, well, I'm just curious because, like, if she put
Candace
that up
Payne.
herself,
Yeah, she put it up herself.
Yeah, well, she's putting that up herself. Honestly, too, with that whole debt, like, if she's using some of that to pay down her credit card debt from what she did, and then the rest of it is to help people, fucking bang on. Bang fucking on.
Bang on for her, dude.
Yeah, it's too fucking easy to be a shitbag in this day and age. It's too fucking easy to be apathetic. Trust me, I know. And every so often, especially if you're the kind of person who just throws their hands up in the air and says, there's no fucking point, world's going to hell, might as well just get drunk and enjoy the warmth from the burning fires that sit around me. And then you find somebody like this, and they're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna run myself into debt to save some people, and then if you guys want to come help me, you come on along. And I'm not saying anybody needs to like do any Schindler's List photoshops here, but this is some fucking monumental humanitarianism. I love it. I really do.
I agree.
It makes me feel momentarily better about things.
Yeah, it's not bad, dude. It's not bad.
It's pretty awesome, and I'm glad too. I'm glad that it was. I'm glad in this case too that like the actual nature of the effort has not only been like uncovered, and we found out it's not just some millionaire with a guilty conscience, but it's an ordinary person who just wanted to help, and then actually took extra steps to help afterwards. So if you're watching this on YouTube especially, go check the link down below, even though most of you guys probably haven't watched all the way through the show. But if you did, click at the link below, and hopefully we'll link that fundraiser there. And we'll save some more people. It's a good thing. Yeah. So we ended on a good thing.
Let's end on a good thing. A good thing. So that's it for us, guys. See us back here on the Twitch channel every Wednesday. We'll see you on YouTube on Friday for the YouTube Saints. We love you very much. You're fantastic. I'm stalling to let programs load while I start to play this kind of thing. My God, everything has totally fallen apart on me right now. I'm living here in a caustic wasteland where nothing makes sense anymore. Where I get this set and ready.
Called Oregon.
That's right. That's right. Good night, everybody. Good night. You are fucking amazing animals. I love this human being. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support and your support for the milestone that I made tonight.
Everybody gets support.
Everybody's gonna get laid. Fuck yeah, bitch!
Wow, really amazing we were able to carry that show so well.
I know. I mean, the existential dread of everything that's happening right now. I feel like my hubris is like collapsing in upon itself.
Well, here's the weird thing: is all that talk about like losing your virginity and stuff. I think it actually made my flare-ups worse. I'm gonna have to get back on those antivirals.
Wow. I mean, if the antivirals don't work, we're gonna have to break out the fucking flamethrowers again. We're gonna have to burn it back. We're gonna burn back the fucking tide. Okay, listen,
I remember what life was like pre-Obamacare. Okay, I'm ready for it. My loins are girded and even coated in a flame retardant gelatin. So we can get back to that whenever we need to. But the whole point is, I feel like we really educated some people about sexual and reproductive health tonight.
I feel like we red-pilled people on like the status of what it means to be in a threesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the same time, I feel like maybe
we're educators.
I feel like we blue-pilled a number of incels possibly too, and by blue-pilled I mean gave them an unexpected erection that might last longer than they're comfortable with. And I like that idea too.
Event. If there's anything in life that I like more, it's making sure I give people uncomfortable erections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And honestly, too, if there's ever been a time in history in which one should transition from discussion about what to do with your erection in any given situation, and then we can bring up a Kermit the Frog rap video. I feel like we're really embracing 2019 here. I really do.
2019 year of the Muppet.
2019, the year of the Muppet erection. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.